she made a comeback. I feel like her name wasn't in circulation.
She did.
She made like a comeback, right? Like I feel like
She definitely did. She playing her cards right. She know what she doing
with the streaming stuff. You know what I mean?
And then pinning herself between DDG and Duke. Like,
yeah. She's smart for that.
Yeah, she playing it right. Okay. I peeped the game when she was on Streamer University. I swear, if you had the numbers on who I was watching the most, you already know. You already know she was in there getting dressed and changed for the pool parties and all of that. I was
holy chill, J-Mate.
But no. She wasn't showing that. She was like, if y'all want to see more, OnlyFans and shit like that. I'm like, yeah, no, thank you.
Jimmy, I know all about that.
I got the hour-long stream.
Yo, mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check.
Mike. What up?
Yo. Strat, give us a mic check. Mic check.
Hear me.
Talk louder, bro. We can't hear you, bro.
You not hear me? Like, what the fuck?
I can't.
Turn me up, bro.
My boy got a shy. He got a shy brother voice on right now.
Why you got me? I'm yelling over here.
I just be muted.
Yo, chat. How are we sounding before we proceed? How are we sounding? Does everyone sound clear? Can you hear everybody? Can we get a quick little sound check? What's up, man? We back on a Tuesday. Random, right? On a random Tuesday. On a random Tuesday, we here. And there's a reason for that. Thursday, I'm going to be nowhere to be seen, bro. I'm going to be in the Rogers Center. You know what I mean? I'm going to be turning it up at the GNX.
Draws on the stage. And not for scissor.
In fact, when she come out, he grabbing his drawers off the stage. He's like,
he said he's sitting down for the scissor part. That's
right. Like, I'm waiting for Kendrick to come back to throw my drawers back out.
Yeah, I mean, so we in the city on Thursday, man. It's gonna be a movie.
I think it said scissor was the bathroom break.
Yo, you know what I mean? Thursday, you already know what it is. I'm going to be in the Rogers Center. I'm going to be making a lot of videos. You know what, yo? Y'all be hating on me so much. I might not even drop no videos on this joint. I wanted to make a whole video thing all the time.
Keep it to yourself. I
might just keep it to myself because man be hating, bro.
Nah, you got to do a video because I seen on the timeline that they it's an OVO like defense camp rounding up that they about to be outside of the Rogers Center going
protested.
Yeah.
You know what they said? They're giving away free pizza and OVO hoodies. That's crazy.
Fire.
If Tony was in the city, he'll be right there, bro. Right with them boys.
Absolutely.
Oh, you OVO Yokio?
Yeah, man.
They jumped you in.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to the GNX tour on Thursday and I'm going on Friday. I'm going both nights. I gotta experience this. I miss Mr. Morale. I was so upset about missing Mr. Morale because I know that show was fantastic. I'm like, yo, the next time you're going on tour, I'm going crazy, and I did go crazy. So I'm definitely gonna be there. It's gonna be a movie.
Kendrick fleeced the guy. You know what I mean? Charging 3x the ticket prices.
Low-key, I bought that shit too early, bro. But then again, I got the seats that I wanted though, so I'm happy though. I do got the seats that I wanted. So right on.
Alexa,
you gotta lean into it. You know what I mean? You know how we know Maul is the Drake meat rider. You the Kendrick meat rider, bro. He's gonna lean into it.
I gotta lean into it,
bro. Post the footage, bro.
I'm gonna post the footage because you guys. I know y'all want to see the Toronto show, how that's gonna look like.
I definitely want to know. I want to know how that's gonna go.
The home turf is gonna look like. That shit gonna.
Because literally everywhere else has been lit, so I know like. Drake's hometown.
Yo, J-Man, you remember that one video where they posted they had the heaven seats, but they had the guy, he was the only one dancing, and that's about to be Kofi. You know what
I mean? Wait, what was that? The Super Bowl? Or are you talking about the GNX tour?
The GNX tour, there was the one guy, I think Kofi sent me that shit too. There was just one guy just going crazy doing the moves, everyone just standing still.
Yeah, man. So that's why we're doing the podcast on the Tuesday. You know, that's why we're doing it today. Because listen, if we didn't do it today, you won't see us until next week. So we're getting it out the way, and we're gonna talk about all the things that happened this past week with all the gaming showcases, man. We're gonna go over it today. We got the full cast in here. You know what I mean? We got the young boys in here, and we're gonna give you guys a good show. But before that, man, I want to do a little bit of a roll call in the chat, man. Say what up, and I want to shout you out, man. We got Kempachi in the chat. We got Pearly21 in the chat. We got H-Dog in the chat. Roxas180 in the chat. Retromatic. DrewTube. Mass Produce. Who else up in the chat? Killer Cam for Show. Muck45. What's up? C-Mac. You know what I mean? Arcade. You know what I mean? So if you're in the chat and you're watching us live and you tapping in, say something real quick and we gonna shout you out before we officially get started. All right, man. Damn. Yo, tell me how they sent me a Doom Dark Ages review code just yesterday.
What?
Just now?
Just yesterday.
The hell?
What kind
Like
of
that game ain't been out for weeks.
I might decline this joint. I might even hit decline on this joint, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
That was
crazy.
Microsoft.
Crazy.
What the fuck?
I might hit decline on this joint, bro.
It wasn't for PlayStation, so he's like, nah.
Yo.
AKL Max, what's up, man? I hope everybody's having a great afternoon. I see the Sly Crow up in here. What's good? Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. If we get this podcast to 90 likes, I'm going to give away 2 $10 codes. How about that, y'all? During live.
Shit.
If this gets 90 likes, I'm going to give away 2 $10 codes or whatever you want. eShop, PSN, you know what I mean? Xbox Live, for whoever who's still on that joint. Yo, you know the rematch beta numbers came out? J-Main?
Yeah, I think I seen the chart.
Bro.
Oh, yeah. I seen that chart.
That chart was nasty, bro.
Yeah, I seen that.
That chart was nasty, bro.
What was it, like 20,000 on Xbox?
Xbox had them blessed red numbers. Yo, it was crazy.
It was nasty, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. But
I just realized I ain't put no topics together, but we just going over like
let's just freestyle off the top
shows.
Man. We good, bro. We know what's.
There's a lot of topics, so we should be all good.
Yeah, straight.
Yeah.
All right, man. So let's get into it, man. Let's just start off with what everybody's been playing and get into some hands-on impressions of the Nintendo Switch first, because I think last podcast, right? We didn't get to really discuss that, or the Switch wasn't out yet.
No, we didn't have a last podcast.
Exactly. So let's get into that. What y'all been playing? First, J-Main, what you been playing?
Crazy hectic weekend, but I did get some time in on the Switch. Of course, I've been playing Mario Kart 8.
Not with the homies.
No, I didn't pull up on y'all. Because I was trying to figure out how to get my live stream shit set up, and I was having hell. It was the worst setup process I've ever had to go through. In fact, it came to a point where I realized I'm just gonna have to upgrade my shit. So I'm in the process of doing that. But I did play Mario Kart 8. Of course on the Switch. That's what I bought it for. Like I didn't really care too much about anything else. Oh, before I do get into the Mario Kart 8, like impressions and all of that, I did quickly try out the upgraded version of Tears of the Kingdom. And it's a night and day difference in terms of like frame rate and just the crispness of the image quality, being that it's I think it's running at 1440p upscaled to 4K. But 30 to 60 FPS.
You TV pappy, not handheld mode?
Oh no, I did both. But
I wish I waited, honestly.
I was testing it out on the big screen first, just to see.
He made a mistake, by the way. He meant Mario Kart Worlds, not 8. That's what he meant. He meant to say Mario.
Oh, I said 8.
You said 8.
Nah, that's true. Same shit. It's like nah. But yeah, Mario Kart Worlds. I mean, I like the game. I was playing it, and the 24 players. Like when you get into like certain moments, especially when you on like 150cc, that shit get kind of hectic. When it's like a big bunch of crowded people and stuff like that, throwing different items and all that other shit. I do think the grinding and the wall bouncing and stuff like that is a game changer, especially when you learn like the routes and stuff like that, and you know exactly where these spots are to grind and hit shortcuts and all of that. That's fire. I'm loving the way the tracks change up, where it's not always just 3 laps around the same track and then you done with the race. You go into the mode where you kind of like got to travel kind of to the next track and stuff like that. That kind of switches up the pace a little bit. What else can I say about it? The open world stuff, you basically get what you saw from when they displayed it. There's a lot of different challenges and stuff that you can access and go through. I do wish it was a little bit more in depth when it came to this open world stuff and not just challenges. I was hoping to see some, maybe even like missions and stuff like that get a little bit more in depth than just, okay, collect the coins here or go through, go on this, race and hit these checkpoints in a certain amount of time to, keep the challenge going and stuff like that. So I was hoping to see a little bit more in that space, but I'm excited to keep playing, and I definitely plan on getting in tune with the boys because I know they've been going crazy on the in the Discord and stuff like that.
How many hours do you think you put in it so far?
Probably like 4. Probably like 4.
Yeah,
I feel like we probably got like cool 15.
Bro, I check I'm closer to 30 hours at this point, bro. I'm closer to 30 hours.
That's God damn.
I'm closer to 30.
30 hours?
It says 25 on my Switch, but I know it's closer to 30. It's closer to 30 for sure.
Yeah, Kofi's practice poppy. I mean, he been playing.
I've been playing mostly with the guys. Too. They have just as much hours as me. I'm pretty sure.
That's not true. That's not true. Yo,
Strap, boot it up.
Let me say this. Kofi slipped up.
Strap, boot up your Switch.
Kofi slipped up.
Boot it up right now.
I got like 15.
Kofi slipped up the other day.
I'm about to check y'all boys.
Yo, Kofi slipped up the other day. He was like, "Yo, I ain't even go through all my bookmarks yet." Cause he bookmarked the shortcuts he saw on the timeline, I'm guessing. We started a race. Me and Strat started a race with this guy Kofi. This nigga just boss a random shortcut right at the start. Niggas never seen that shortcut. This nigga been practicing, yo.
Let me check, cause I know you capping this. Yo, you gotta have just as much hours as me. Tony lied.
Nah,
Tony has 25 hours played. Tony got 25 hours played. Does it show?
That's just as much.
Just as much as me.
I left on the Switch.
He's lied. Let's go look at Strat.
It was in the dark.
Tony be trying to pump fake. Yo, that boy. Strat, what's yours? I can't find your name right now. What's your join on this?
Strat, bro.
Let me pull some. Let me pull some shit.
Strat got 20 hours in this game. He's talking about 15. He got 20. Yo, these boys have been playing it just as much as me because we've been playing it together.
There's a certain period of the day that I can't play it, and some people are playing it. You know what I mean?
I don't know if you guys can see this. Look at this.
He posted the stats. He put in the stats.
It's mirrored. I got 57 above. I got 57 dubs, and Strat got 43. That nigga sucks.
Let me tell y'all something. That's not even dubs. It's just who places ahead of you in certain games.
That ain't crowns.
It ain't crowns.
J-Main. You know, I'm an honest guy. Right? So I can give a real Discord breakdown of the game, right? The game first came out, right? Nev's nice. I'm like, okay, Nev. Nev was like,
let's see.
Nev might have been number one. Right? But now everyone's settled in. You know what I mean? I feel like it's clear who's who now. I'm clearly number one. You know what I mean? Drift Poppy, first place Poppy, all of that. Crown Poppy. You know what I mean? I got 5 dubs. 5 dubs yesterday. Hold up. I can put before we got in here. Hold on. Let me turn the switch back on. Before we got in here, I got a dub. That's the last time we played. I got a dub, right? So I'm going first. I'm first place. Easy.
Nah.
Then it was a toss up between Nev and Kofi. That boy Nev, I don't know what happened, but nigga,
Tony can lie, you know. This boy can lie, J-Man.
The past 2 days, Nev not even getting podium finishes no more. It's like I don't know what happened.
Nev, I told you to pull up to the podcast because the narratives are gonna be nasty. I told you the narratives gonna be nasty, bro. I told you it's gonna be nasty.
And you know what was crazy? He's an internet explorer, okay?
I've not looked up a single race, a single tactic, a single.
That's a lie.
I did launch day. I did try to look up best Mario Kart, but there was no results yet. So there was no results yet. So I'm gonna go Nev 3rd place, and then 2nd place I'm gonna put Kofi. But there's a few caveats to Kofi's 2nd place. He got nicknames in the Discord. They call him Bullet Bill Poppy. You know what I mean? The niggas got sound bites of Kofi begging for items. That boy a straight item merchant, yo.
Yo, begging for items
if Kofi,
sick.
you know how
Oh my god, yo,
the
this nigga can
singular
lie, bro.
there's you know how there's the singular item and the double up item.
And the
If
double,
Kofi doesn't
yeah.
get the double up item, that nigga does not cook, bro.
All right, so
Nev-
when you're done
Nev's
getting your
got
lies off, I'm
strategy.
gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth.
But back
Get your
to
lies
Nev real
off. Get your
quick,
lies
back
off.
to
I'm gonna let you
Nev.
cook.
Yo. See, the thing is, me, nigga like me,
Oh,
I don't play with no strategy. I'm just straight wheels on the pavement. So I'll be in first place, no problem for the whole race. Get hit with a blue shell, fall back a little bit. Niggas like Kofi, they like to stay back second, third place,
So they
lock
can
for the
get better
blue shell.
items.
Then try get better items, lock for the blue shell to hit you, then take over. That's Kofi's game plan. And then Nev has the same game plan, but I can't tell if the nigga just sucks on him because he doesn't stay. He doesn't like wait. Nev doesn't wait like in second place, third place.
my God.
That nigga be in 50th place the whole fucking race, and then on the last lap, that's when he decides, yo, it's first place time.
Yeah,
And then,
he
so
might be
that's
waiting
that.
for the good shit too, though.
Then Anubis, we got Anubis.
Christ.
This is his first Mario Kart. He sucks,
Damn, bro.
but he better than Strat. I don't know what Strat's a
shit,
non-factor. Strat's a non-factor in these races. We have random mans pull up in the Discord that's better than Strat. Yo, Kofi will post the Discord. Yeah, I mean the room code on the timeline. Them niggas watching Strat. Like it's just all
If
bad.
there was a
for
stat
Strat,
for
bro.
longest
It's
in
all
first
bad for
place,
Strat.
I would get that.
Holy
That is not true. That is not true.
All right, Tony,
truth.
you got off your
It
lies. You
sounds
like
like that ain't the game, Strat. You gotta, you know what I mean?
I'm
Fall
fucking,
back a
It's
little
not.
bit.
I'm fucking with the game. I wasn't planning on dropping no Switch 2 videos, but I might drop a little Switch 2 video, man, on Mario
That's
Kart.
good.
I'm
I thought he
fucking
was
with
gonna
it
come here
heavy.
and pump fake
think-
and act like he's not
You
gonna
might
like
see
it.
it
So.
in
This
like
shit
3
is
months from
fire.
now.
Yo,
Hold on,
Kofi was
breaking
Kofi was
news.
trying to get off slander real quick. Kofi was trying to get off slander on the timeline, but I not played no Mario Kart before. But I've been playing since the GameCube. I've been playing since the GameCube, and this low key might be the best one. It might be the
Breaking
best one. I don't
news.
know.
I gotta give my guy a voice. Nev hit me on the low key tip and
Let's hear it.
posted the stats. His battle history versus New Yokio is him.
Yo.
31.
No.
Yokio 17.
I told you lying, bro. I told you
If you
lying.
do with those numbers, which I will.
Bro. When it comes to crowns, bro, I told you, launch day never was nice, but the past 2-3 days, he just can't cook no more, bro.
All right. Enough of your enough. Mute up, bro. Mute up. Enough of your fake lies.
Let's hear
This fake news, bro.
But Tony, I'm glad that you like the game. You know what I mean? We've been having a lot of fun playing in the Discord, and we'll definitely talk about it a little bit more. What I've been playing, yeah, just like these boys, I've been no life in Mario Kart since the Switch dropped, bro. I've been no life in Mario Kart. Like I said, I'm probably closer to 30 hours in that game now. I did all the Grand Prix, got gold in all of them joints. The game is absolutely incredible.
50cc.
Absolutely.
50cc.
Nah, 150, everything. The game is absolutely incredible. And for the people who, a lot of bench warmers, a lot of people sitting on the sidelines, hating from outside the club, saying it looks or it's the same as Mario Kart 8. Anyone who has played both games know that's a complete fucking lie. This game, I love how this game emphasizes freestyle more than any other Mario Kart that's ever dropped before. With all the combinations of moves that you can do in the sense of the driving on the walls and grinding and charge jumping. It seems like the courses are also designed for you to take advantage of these in multiple different scenarios. So I do like how this game emphasizes on that. Like if you watch like people doing time trials in Mario Kart Worlds versus 8, is night and day difference. We got people doing wild shit. I don't know if y'all been seeing on the timeline. People are doing some crazy ass shit.
People been ducking my time trials in the Discord.
With all the cool new mechanics that are in the game. So that's one. Number 2, I do love how expansive this game feels. Yeah, I saw people kind of clowning out about the worlds being wider, but obviously it needs to be wider if you're accommodating 24 fucking players. It's a mayhem in there.
Right.
And I do like that. But if you play the game, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in these races. We got random fish popping out, jumping up. We got cars driving. We got people pulling up, throwing fucking items to knock you off. Like, it's a whole bunch of shit going on. So I do like that aspect of the game as well. It's just a good time, and I think the quality of life improvements has just been it's done well. I do like all the little new animations they have You know, Mario Kart 8 is a lot more stiffer in comparison to Worlds in terms of animation, character animations. Each character got a little bounce. So even when you know, circle your stick around, right? Like even the car movement,
Hey,
you know, you
yo.
see the suspension. Yeah, pause. You see the suspension and stuff with the vehicles and stuff like that. The game is just a good time, man. I've been having a lot of fun. And the knockout tour mode. That's the last thing I want to end off real quick before I ask Strat what he thinks. Knockout tour might be the greatest thing that they've added to fucking Mario Kart. So there's the Grand Prix that we're all used to, right? You do the what 3 or 4 races, then you get the crown at the end, right? But this new knockout tour, I don't even know how to really describe. It's almost like it's like an
Like a
elimination
battle royale,
mode.
right?
Yeah,
Elimination.
battle royale.
Elimination.
Yeah, elimination roll. So pretty much, if you don't get to a certain place, you're eliminated from the race, bro. Those are some of the most intense races I've had. I've literally had sweat dripping down my pits, feeling it coming down my arm. That's how niggas are locked in on that shit. This shit is so addicted.
Kofi.
It's so fun with
Should we
friends. That
expose-
knockout tour is crazy.
Should
bro.
we expose a panel member right now? What happened at
Oh,
last race?
Fight back,
Someone got
bully shot, yo.
Jamie,
Speak
yo,
up.
Jamie,
Fight back.
Jamie,
If I bring
Jamie.
out the receipts of the Tony in the second column, multiple
Oh,
times.
he's on the
So
second
Jamie,
column.
Jamie.
Oh
Yo,
man.
Jamie.
Posting
We did
shits.
call it. We used to call Anubis second column Pappy because he was always falling in the second column. Yeah, I mean,
It's crazy,
that
dog.
10th and above, that 10th and above.
Shit on the
But-
right side.
Strat got eliminated in like 22nd place in the first round
let
knockout.
me say this.
Before we got in the pod, just before we got in the pod, before we got
I
in
never
the
got I never got a donut in rematch though. That's all I'm gonna say.
That was
Bring
my-
this
that was my
rematch
first-
player right
that was my
here.
first day. That was
I'll
my
pick
first day
being
in
the
school.
worst Mario Kart player, not the worst rematch player. You know.
But yeah,
I
so
need to
back
see what
to
the platinum looks like in rematch.
but back to the Mario Kart joint. Yeah, the game is a great time. That knockout tour mode is excellent. And yo, honestly, I have nothing bad to say about the game. Actually, I do have some things I do want to see come. Back in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, there was, when you're doing custom games, there was modes that you can do. Like you could do no items, you could do mushroom only. This game doesn't have that, so I'm hoping in a
like
future
custom
update.
game. Okay,
yeah, where you can adjust. Right now, you only could do items for normal and frantic. Right, that's all you can
Tony
do.
doesn't want that though.
Yeah, right. But I
I
want
do want
but
that. I do want
in
that.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you
No
can make it
items?
no items,
Yeah.
right? So you can
Hell
just focus
yeah.
on racing, just to see who's nice. Because you know people pop shit saying that, oh, you just getting the items to get the dub, so you just
Right,
want to see
right,
who's a
right,
better
right,
driver.
right.
So it's cool to have that option. In Mario Kart 8, you had that option. Also, there was a mushroom only option that was in there too. So I wish there was that in the game, as well as the fact that you can't party up and go online is lame. So let me tell
What
you,
you mean by
this
that?
what let me explain.
Okay.
I can't get in a party with Tony, Strat, and you and say, let's jump online and play with other online randoms. Right?
Okay.
It doesn't. We can't just group up in a party and jump online together. How if you want to race with a whole bunch of online instead of no CPUs, and you want to race with straight online people, you know what you got to do?
Right.
Someone got to jump in there, right, into a lobby, and hope that there's room for each person to join one at a time. You understand me?
So would they join on you, or you have to invite?
Yeah, they could
Join on them,
join.
join on
They
them.
could
Join
join
on
on
you.
me, but
okay,
the
okay.
problem is, yo, it's Mario Kart.
have to
The
wait for
lobbies
someone
be
to drop
packed.
out.
You have to wait for somebody to drop out before
Yeah.
one of your boys can enter it, and that's the
Yeah.
issue. So
Like,
it would have been cool if you could
for
done a
example,
search.
Kofi. Yeah.
ahead.
Kofi was playing yesterday, and he was like, "Yo, join online. I'm online." And I had to wait like a cool 3 races before I could
Before
get in
there's a
the
spot
lobby, 'cause
open, yeah.
Damn.
someone would drop out, and it would also put someone else in there, and
Right,
that kind of
right,
situation.
right.
That's what I'm
so-
saying. You understand what I'm saying? So it would have been
Yeah,
a cool
yeah.
feature if we can group in a party, then we could go search for online race, so all of us could be in there at one time. See, Nintendo is still kind of backwards with certain aspects of online gaming, and that's just one of the factors. So those are probably like my two major complaints about the game as of right now. I can't really think of anything else so far. As for the a lot of people have been talking about like the open world aspect of the game, and that I think what that mode also needs is, I can't even lie, it might need some sort of direction, because everything is kind of scattered, and for you to kind of just figure out and find on your own, there's no really kind of waypoint to tell you where all the P switches are. I think it would have been nice I'm all for exploration in games, but in this instance, I think it would have been nice to have where you could open up your map and you can see where the P switches are, so you can go and do them type switches. Type shits, and we're all different challenges. But some of the challenges that I've done so far have been pretty fun, so I do enjoy that aspect.
Yeah, I actually did a couple of them, and they are like some of them was a little challenging too. So like
I wish more of them were like
more
of a cross country race though, instead of these little things.
Yeah,
there's
some pretty cool ones too.
Better. Like just getting the stickers is kind of lame.
Yeah. They kind of saved the costumes.
Put some of the fits in there.
They saved the costumes for
the
sandwiches.
Fits is kind of dry. It's kind of dry. I think
you think so?
They should have put the costumes for the open world stuff rather than just go over random sandwiches, because the sandwiches aren't all the same. Like, there's different stores and different things like that.
In different locations,
go over the same sandwich over and over and unlock everything. Like, you have to go to different locations.
Yeah,
different sandwiches unlock different costumes.
Yeah.
So I feel like
they're really making you explore that shit.
Like the other day, how I was doing it was I was like, yo, there's some characters that I'm just never gonna be playing, so let me just go through, get every single character. So I was like there for an hour, just going over the same sandwiches, switching characters, and just repeating that cycle. I'm like,
shit!
I didn't even think about that. I didn't think about that. That's smart.
Switching when you open the open world, the switch character, drive over, switch drive over. So that's what I was doing to unlock all the fits.
Well, not every character has different outfits.
If you got this one fit. He's been calling himself the Compton Cowboy. This guy is so lame. This guy is so lame, bro. No one's calling you that, bro. But the costumes
are good. That's the shit with Mario with the jeans on and the hat? Or
no,
he got a cowboy hat. He got a cowboy. You think he's Beyonce. You're not Compton Cowboy. So I do like the costumes. The costumes are interesting. They're unique. So I do like the customization. I'm not feeling how you unlock it really too tough.
Yeah.
And you do unlock for the cost like real fast. It's only 3,000 coins, and you get that pretty fast. So. I wish there was 200cc as well.
Yeah, game is a blast,
I wish 200cc was in that too, though. That's
you wouldn't handle it.
Honestly,
I can't handle it, brother.
Honestly, I do think this is a game that obviously we really know how Nintendo operates. We're not going to probably see another Mario Kart this entire generation, so I do expect throughout this generation it to get some major updates in terms of maybe a second map, right? Or as well as a mode like 200cc. I wouldn't be shocked if that came later down the pipeline to feed content into this game. So what's here day one, I'm not mad at it. I'm actually very happy with it. I haven't really been playing anything else outside of Mario Kart. I did on my Switch for a second pop in, like you, J-Man. I did pop in Breath of the Wild just to see how it was running, and it ran great, man. It was running 60 FPS. I already killed that game. I'll probably eventually play it again one day, but I'm not ready. I'm not in that. I got too much stuff to play to jump back into something like that. So I just tested it out. I did my little benchmark, and I put that shit down. I also tested out Pokemon Scarlet. Shout out to Addie. She actually bought it for me. Shout out to the wifey for that. And I'm actually pretty impressed with the way the game is running. I'm early on in the game. That's a Pokemon I skipped. I never played that one. So so far I'm actually impressed how it's running. It's running 60 frames per second, and it actually doesn't look too bad, man. I'm not mad at it. But I'm primarily focusing on Mario Kart. That's probably what I'm going to be playing for the foreseeable future until like Rematch comes out, and this is always going to be on rotation. Like last Mario Kart, I got like 130 hours in. I'm probably gonna play this one even longer, to be honest, yo.
It's an easy game to just jump in, play a couple
races, and
be out. Yeah,
exactly. So I'm having a blast with it, yo. Strat, quick impressions on Mario Kart Worlds. I know we said a lot.
You guys pretty much touched on it all. You know what I mean? Like my biggest is overall. It's overall great. I'm better than Tony. Race to race for sure. When that mushroom only or no items comes out. Like you can see me then.
Strat attempted to beat one of my time trials. That straight wheels on the pavement. He couldn't do it. No items.
I really didn't put no work on it yet.
You couldn't do it. But everyone's looking at time trial. I put a time trial up. Everyone's
we're not worried about your Google, your YouTube video that you watch. We're not.
Video. I didn't watch no YouTube video.
This guy watch the best player do it and try to do it. That's it.
And he still sucks.
That's it.
Yeah. All right, real quick.
Online and he still can't turn.
I know he can't turn for shit. That boy can't turn. But that's neither here or there. But real quick, can we get some quick impressions on y'all experience if y'all had a midnight experience with the Nintendo Switch too. Did any of y'all had that?
Oh,
or y'all
Lord,
bought it online?
No way, dog.
Okay, so it's only me and J-Main. So let's hear from J-Main. J-Main, midnight, bro. How was it looking like?
To be honest, I wasn't even gonna go because I realized that when I picked it up, I wasn't gonna be playing it that night. So I'm like, fuck it, I might as well just wait till tomorrow and go pick it up. But then I was like, you know what? Fuck it, let me just go because if anybody, Nintendo's gonna bring people out to make it feel like a real midnight release. To my shock, when I fucking got there, it was way more people than I thought was gonna be there. Yeah. My store probably had at least 150 to 200 people. And they had enough switches for everybody. Like I was at pretty much the back of the line. It was like maybe 20 people that joined the line after me. But the thing was, I still had to wait as long as everybody else did, even though I pre-ordered. So anybody that was terrible. Yeah, like so I was at Best Buy, and anybody that got there. So when you got up to the front, they separated the line between pre-orders and like buying and picking up that same day. But that still, it didn't really make it go that much faster. But yeah, so I was out there. I got there 45. I picked up my Switch around probably like 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock when I checked out. I said if they had a Pro controller, I would buy it. I got like the last one that they had. So I picked it up, bought that. And the checkout process was easy. It was waiting in the line. But it was cool. I had a couple nerds to talk to. A couple people that wouldn't shut the fuck up. But it was cool. It really did feel like the old school midnight experience. They was playing music. Cops was out there. Actually, there was a GameStop right next to us where the cops had to go in and toss a motherfucker out because he was getting violent with the employees because he was waiting for mad long. Yeah, they had to store and everything. So yeah, it was cool though.
My experience was horrible. This is probably my worst midnight launch experience. I can't even lie, bro, in a hot minute, bro.
Damn.
You know what I mean? The reason why I say this because I was unprepared. I was very unprepared. It rained. And I didn't bring an umbrella.
Oh no.
It rained and it didn't bring an umbrella, so I was soaked.
Yeah. If it rained at mine, I would have been fucked.
That's how dedicated to getting some early practicing before the rest of the guys this guy was, bro.
If it started raining at mine, at least I would have went home, dog. It's no way. I'm like,
it started raining while I was hitting the line. I'm like, fuck. But the funny thing is, I didn't think it was gonna be so crazy. I'm like, let me just come about an hour ahead. I'm not one of those people who came and wait. Like there are some people camping
7 days
for real. Yeah, there's some mans camping out on Mars for a hot minute too. So I only came like an hour. Give her like 45 minutes to wait. And bro, I just got hit by the rain. It came on and off. I was just mad about that type of shit. But after I got my shit, came home, set it up. The reason why I wanted to pick it up at midnight because I wanted to take it to work. You know what I mean? The following day to run it while I'm at work. So that's what I did. And yeah, man, that was my midnight
did your store give out anything like any like prizes or like
nah, bro? They gave us they did. They give us like, oh, you were here, but guess what? The rain fucked me up. My shit was like mushy. My paper was mushy and my little.
It was just a piece of paper.
It was just a piece of paper. Yeah, I didn't care. Yeah, I didn't even care for it, but like that shit was all mushy and shit. Anyways, I dashed out on the floor anyway. So.
Shout out to Walmart though. They was hooking motherfuckers up with Pringles.
That's the one thing they did for me. Yeah. That was fire.
Yeah. I was jealous as hell. Like Best Buy ain't give me shit. Actually, when I got up to the front of the line, I'm like, I got left. Like, you know what I'm saying, to give out. They was like, nah, that shit is gone. I'm like, fuck.
And the reason why I'm asking this, right? Because I've been a part of a couple of midnight launches for games and consoles. The PS4 I was there. There's a couple midnight launches I was there. J-Main.
Switch one.
How you feeling? How you feeling about what this console's going to do? Because there's a kind of a narrative out there saying that like it was kind of readily available for people to buy. Do you think that Nintendo just met the demand? And that's what I think. I think they just met the demand in most cases. Yeah, they prepped and they met the demand. Yeah. I don't think that people are not interested or not buying the thing because I do think the Switch is gonna break all sorts of records. We haven't got any official numbers yet, but there's inklings that like they might have broke some fucking records for real.
The only official numbers not even really a number, but only official like data we got was the UK. They said that it was the fastest selling or most selling launch for a Nintendo platform ever. But
it didn't. Spain did too.
Oh yeah, Spain did as well, but it didn't beat PS4 or PS5's launch. But it did beat any
Or
other previous
Xbox.
Nintendo.
Didn't it be Xbox?
Or Xbox, yeah, it did.
Yeah,
beat Xbox
Spain beat
either.
it by like 2-1.
Yeah, Spain was higher than both of
So I'm really curious.
You know, so but UK is not
really
a big Nintendo territory.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be high. If y'all remember, there was a report going on in the beginning of the year that they had counted for the first year to be 20 million. So I think if they had that mindset, yeah, they shipped a lot of systems.
I think they said
3 million
15.
minimum.
I think they said 15 and they upgraded it to 20 as well.
To 20, yeah. So yeah, I do think they shipped a lot. Like I said, my story was like 150 to 200 people. Everybody got
my
one.
store was a lot too. My store was a lot.
Yeah,
too.
everybody got one. And I was there for the Switch 1 launch, and it wasn't this many people. So it was definitely a lot of fanfare and like a lot of people out. In fact, one of my closest friends actually still hasn't gotten one yet. So
I think it's sold out in most places.
It's sold out now. It's sold out now.
Yeah, you can't find it around here at least.
It's over here. Over here, it's not sold out. The Mario Kart bundle sold out, and if you want to get one, you gotta buy all the junk with it. You know what I mean? You gotta get the camera with it.
They bundled it.
Oh, they bundled it.
You know what I mean? You gotta get the bundles. That's
Costco,
like
I hear, has a
$200.
lot over here.
Okay. So yeah,
I think it is gonna do big numbers.
I'm waiting to see the numbers. I do think the numbers are gonna be high. I do think it's gonna be stupid high too.
And I don't want to see no revenue numbers either, because this shit costs way more than the Switch 1. So if it's just revenue numbers, then
Nintendo's pretty straightforward. If Nintendo's announcing it, they're gonna give it up. They're gonna give up the numbers. That's how they operate, right?
Yeah, they usually do.
They give up the numbers. They don't play that semantic games player count. Oh, we had 10 million people shoot red shells and fucking Mario Kart World. They're not gonna do that, bro. They're gonna give us a number, bro. They're gonna give us a number what they did. All right, so I guess that's enough Nintendo talk. I think all of us are enjoying our Switch 2 and playing Mario Kart. We're having a blast. If you want to get in on the action, make sure you join the Discord. We've been playing every single day, and we will probably be playing for the foreseeable future. It's going to be in rotation. So if you want the smoke, join our Discord, and you could come and play with us. All right, so let's move on, man. Yo, a lot of things happened. The past couple of days with all these summer game events. So we might as well kick it off with who started first.
The best one.
I posted the Google Doc.
Debatable.
I got the every announcement. These should be in order too.
Okay, so
how to show.
What I do want to do is not waste time going through everything, because I don't think everything's worth talking about.
No. This is just to scroll through so that we in order at least.
So what I want to do to keep this nice, neat, and organized, and us not wasting too much time on each event, is not really go through the game announcements, but maybe just going through the highlights and what we liked. I think we should do that. So let's start off with the state of play, and I want to get first of all, give us your overall opinion on the state of play and some of your favorite game announcements that were there. Then we'll move on to Tony.
Yeah, I think when I was streaming, like we said a 7.5, right? It was
I gave it a 7.
We were thinking.
Yeah, I was giving it a 7 personally. Yeah.
Honestly, I can't remember right now. I can't remember anything else that was in there except for the Marvel token game. To be honest, but that's the only thing that really left an impact on, in my head. I can't remember anything else.
Hot take. I think that was the best game shown across everything, all shows. That's my hot take. I think that was, at least to me, that was my most favorite announcement for everything that was shown for the past 3 days. Those 3 days or 4 days. I think that was my favorite game announcement, bro.
I think I'm kind of there with you. The rest of the Evil shit could have been better, but
there was no gameplay with that either. There was nothing to really get you hyped. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that trailer was lukewarm. Even though I'm really excited for it, but it really didn't. They didn't really go too crazy without was showing you new game mechanics.
Didn't tell me much at all.
They didn't really tell you much outside of introducing you to the character that you're gonna be playing as, and obviously, you're gonna be back in Raccoon City, where they dropped the bomb or some shit like that. But I don't know. Yeah, yo. So you can't think of any other games, huh, Strat?
Refresh my mind, because I really can't think of anything.
Well, you need to pull up the list. Someone pull up the list.
Yeah,
all right.
Go to the Google Doc. I put it in.
Okay, so they showed Pragmata. Romeo's Dead. That's that Suda game. Yeah.
Pragmata was really good.
Yeah. Silent Hill F
was fire.
Silent Hill F.
A new Bloodstained.
Yes.
Digimon.
Scarlet Engage, Entanglement.
Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yep. Tactics.
Tactics. They did Mortal Kombat Classic Collection. They showed off a fight stick. Metal Gear Solid trailer again, which we're all pretty much sold, so we don't really care.
And they teased MGO. Nigga, I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
What? They teased MGO.
Yeah, I think on is it the 12th or the 13th that Konami's doing their own little showcase?
Soon.
Oh yeah. I think it is the 12th. Hopefully they show the MGO. I can't wait. I didn't really like MGO.
What else? They announced and revealed Neo 3.
Neo 3. I actually downloaded that demo.
Nah.
It's like
DVR. Tied to
that wasn't PS Showcase, was it?
No.
What?
Yes, it was.
I mean, the state of play.
I'm looking at it right now.
DVR is MetaQuest.
No. You're thinking of
You're thinking of
Deadpool.
You're thinking about Deadpool.
Yeah.
What else? Tides of Tomorrow. That was that multiplayer game where like you see other people's like kind of replays type shit and where they went. Astrobot got some content. Sea of Remnant. Oh, Sea of Remnant was that Sea of Thieves looking ass game, right?
Yeah.
We got more footage of Sword of the Sea, which looks really good.
And it's dropping on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, we got 007. Then the last game was shown was Marvel Token Fighting Souls. I thought this was a great state of play, to be honest. I thought it was a very solid state of play.
It's really just two things there, 2-3 things mostly.
I like the fighting game, which I know
Silent Hill F for sure.
Yeah, that too. I think the Marvel game, the fighting game, it's gonna be a 2-3 week game for me.
You're just not a fighter.
You don't play fighting games.
People learn you, and then you
2-3 weeks.
The thing is, when Tony gets cleaned up and that boy drop again when he gets clean. That's what we did to Tekken.
You so quickly.
Bro,
oh my god.
We made that boy send that shit back to Amazon, bro.
He returned the game. He did.
He returned the game literally.
You filled out the description where they say why you was returning.
That's not true.
It is true.
Yo.
Yeah. All right. So
why they did that little tease with Ghost of Yote like that, man?
That didn't bother me, man. That didn't bother me one.
Bro, they could have
rather them not show it, bro. I'd rather them not show it than to.
Bro, but where else would you do this kind of announcement? This is the perfect place to let people know.
I don't know.
They had a whole story trailer. They could have put that at the end.
I got a question for J-Main. Quick question for J-Main. J-Man, what was worse, the Ghost of Yote tease or the we got one more game Call of Duty reveal?
Yeah, this guy's jumping ahead. Let's save that when we get there.
I'm gonna answer that later, but yeah.
He's jumping ahead, yo. All
they
right.
definitely in the runnings. All
right, so J-Man, your thoughts on the state of play?
I definitely thought the state of play was in between okay and good. Of course, the Marvel shit was not only was it a surprise, a shocker, but it looked great. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even like somebody that's big into fighting games, but like who doesn't care for like Marvel vs. Capcom style games? So that's what it kind of reminded me of a lot, but it's 4v4 in this one, so that's probably gonna get crazy hectic. What else did I like? Pragmata getting a re-reveal was cool. I like that they showed a little bit of gameplay at least, that we could see like what the game is about in terms of like combat and boss fights and a little bit of traversal. I like that. Silent Hill F, I like everything about it. I'm not 100% sold on that combat yet. I want to see more from that combat.
Do you want like guns or something?
That's my most
melee.
I don't
want
my
most anticipated game right now for the rest of the year.
At least with Silent Hill 2 remake, he had like a dodge mechanic. It showed her just taking damage. Like I don't want to play a game like that.
I think you wanted to show that.
There's obviously gonna be something where you could defend. You're not gonna create a whole game with no.
I mean, I hope so. They just didn't show it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
that don't even make sense. Can you imagine like every swing like you get hit, bro? Like there's gonna be some sort of defensive mechanic in the game. That'd be crazy if there wasn't. It was just straight hiding,
exactly,
just attacking. Like I don't think it's gonna be like that.
All right.
So, look good though. The graphics are beautiful, bro, in that game.
No, I love the atmosphere. I love the setting. I love the I was reading a couple articles on it, and they talked about returning to like Japan horror, Being different from the other Silent Hill games and really getting back to the roots of Japanese horror. So I know like even some of the enemies and shit look creepy as hell. So like I like what I saw. Metal Gear Solid 3 teaser MGO fire. Astrobot levels, I'm in there, and Sword of the Sea. I think I actually like the way 007 First Light looked. I was a little skeptical it being the Hitman developers because I always thought those games, while the gameplay and the mechanics and stuff looked good, I always thought like the budget not as high as I would hope for like a AAA game. And I'm like 007, like I used to play those all the time on like PS2 and shit like that. So I'm like I really want them to do it right and actually make it like a action adventure game. And from the gameplay, like the art style it is what it is. It's cool, but I like what I saw from like different gadgets in the gameplay and stuff like that they showed. So overall, yeah, I thought I probably gave this State of Play like a 6.5 or maybe even a 7. But I thought it was like, yeah, I thought it was serviceable. I thought it was good.
Tony?
So I'd give it a 6.5, 6.5. I really only liked Silent Hill 2. I feel like some indie games that I don't really remember the name of that look pretty good. I like the Marvel game, but I wasn't feeling. Was it Pragmata, the game that was like the Dead Space knock look kind of that they revealed?
It looked like Vanquish.
Yeah, with the little girl.
Vanquish to me.
Yeah. It didn't look. It looked a little stiff to me. It looked a little stiff.
I need to see more. I need to see more.
Some people are saying that little girl got like the little Mega Man gauntlet.
Huh. Yeah, it seemed like she has a lot of like abilities that you could utilize.
I wonder if that's going to tie into like any other Capcom franchise,
I was hoping they showed a bit more and dropped and tried to step on the Switch 2 release a bit more. But when it comes to State of Plays, it was one of the better ones for sure. Yeah, the best one in a while, definitely.
Yeah, that's what I walked away with it. You know what I mean? Going into the State of Play, I was hoping for at least one major reveal, because typically that's what happens at these State of Plays. They'll probably give you one. I didn't think this is going to be the State of Play that's going to change that, and they're going to do a blowout. What everyone's waiting on, like 100 games,
like a showcase.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to be it. I think a lot of the games that they showed to me personally are the games that I like to play. So that's why I held this one in a higher regard than the other conferences. For me personally, I think the State of Play was better than the Xbox show. I know some people are going to think that's blasphemous. I don't know why, because when I look at the list, I'm like, yo. But we'll get to that. And the Summer Game Fest shit was tight mid. I ain't gonna hold you. There's probably like 2 announcements that I remember from there, bro. But here,
you felt that game that had got Gamer Addict in it? What's it called? The one that Jack keeps shitting on?
Happy Feet or something like that. Happy Foot.
What's it called, bro?
Wait, what game you talking about? Oh, Baby Steps. Baby Steps.
They
say Gamer Addict.
Yeah. Shout out to Addict, but the guy does kind of look like you, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. The guy does kind of look like you. That's no disrespect, but the guy does kind of look like you. But real talk, when they kicked off the show with Luminous, it did really take me back to some PSP type shit.
PSP,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm actually happy about that. I'm actually really looking forward to playing that. I'm hoping
Luminous?
that it does. Hopefully it drops on like PC too, so I can play it on my Steam Deck. Because those type of games are good portably. I don't want to play it on my TV like that.
Did they say who was developing that?
I don't know. It's not in house though. I don't think so. I don't think it's in house.
It was the people that made the Tetris game, right? The Tetris Effect game.
Oh,
I have to double back and take a look. But Luminous is a classic puzzle game. If you played it on the PSP, you know. I just need that to drop on PC so I can have that portably, because I do not want to play that on my TV. If I have to play on my TV, I ain't gonna do that, bro. I want to play that portably. The other games that stuck out to me was obviously Silent Hill F looked really good. The Romeo is Dead game, Suda 51 games are kind of a hit or a miss. Some of them are really good, some of them are tight mid. So I'm keeping my eye on that one, but I'm not 100% sold on the Romeo is a Dead Man game. But I'm gonna keep my eye on that one. What I was really happy to see was Final Fantasy Tactics. You know what I mean? I'm glad that's coming back. Definitely another game that I will be not buying on PlayStation. I'll be buying it somewhere. Shit, I might fuck around and buy it on the Switch. You know what I mean? I might. Is it coming out for the Switch? Did they confirm that?
We don't know. The Switch logos were non-existent this weekend. I don't know where the fuck they were.
Deck, man. OLED,
yeah, I might just buy it on the deck, because that's another game that I need to play portably, because I did play, Final Fantasy Tactics for the first time, not on the PS1, but on, once again, the PSP. So I do want to revisit that game. What else, man? I thought Sword of the Sea looks absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
I need this game.
Can't
I
wait for that
absolutely
shit.
need to play this game, bro. This game looks
That game come out in
incredible.
one of the busiest months this year for me. Like it's like one game that I'm probably not looking forward to in August, and that's the Black Myth Wukong for Xbox.
I keep hearing everyone hype up August as this big month for gaming, but I only really know about Mafia dropping. What else is coming out?
Gears is dropping.
Gears Reloaded. Come on,
yeah,
he
would say that, bro.
He's trash. That's why he's fucking trash.
Okay, okay, bounce man. What else? Is it going to just be 2 games? What else?
No, there's other shit. There's other shit, bro.
I gotta find the list.
I think Metal Gear Delta's dropping that. I need.
Oh
that,
yeah, Metal Gear Delta.
That's one. That's one. That's another one.
Yo, there's like 4 games that I'm interested. I feel like, but I'm probably only gonna buy like 1 or 2. Shit, I'm only one person, bro. There's a lot of shit dropping in August. Yeah, my memory is bad, but somebody will find it. But me continuing on, yeah, I'm happy about the Astrobot stuff, getting more content. I think the 007 game looks really good. I'm looking forward to that, and of course, the Marvel game. I've put over 800 hours in Dragon Ball Fighters. I love that game, and this honestly is like, this got to be the team that made Dragon Ball Fighters, yo. They got to be, because the animation work here is absolutely incredible. And this is gonna be my Fighters too. You know, it reminds me of an old school game that I used to play in the arcade called Marvel Superheroes, where it was just a straight up Marvel versus Marvel's fighting game. With, you know, it was not a Capcom joint. It was just called Marvel Superheroes. I think it did drop on the PS1 back in the day too. But
didn't they put it in one of them collections recently too?
I think it is. I think it is in the Capcom collection.
Capcom collection, yeah.
Yeah, I think it is in there. So this game looks absolutely incredible. And honestly, if it wasn't for this game being shown, I probably would have given the State of Play a 5 out of 10. I ain't gonna lie. But this one was just a huge surprise that I did not see coming. Like Arc System Works collaborating with PlayStation, making a 4v4 fighter, bro. Like, I'm so ready for this. I can't wait to see all the characters they announce. Everything looks incredible about this game. I need it absolutely now. Yeah, absolutely.
I was watching a little bit of like the dev diary, because they had that dev section during the State of Play. But I didn't really get the chance to listen to it. I was still like going crazy over the announcement. But when I watched it back, they talked about like how when they first approached Marvel about like, the design of the characters, they made something, and then Marvel told them like, nah, make that shit like how you want to make it. Like, don't try to impress us. Like, make it how you. And that's when they went into more like the anime style of the different characters and stuff like that. So I was happy to see that, because they like the designs of the characters look fire to me.
Yeah, and I love the Japanese aesthetic.
I like the samurai voice.
I love the Japanese aesthetic to it. You know,
the Gundam style Iron Man helmet.
Yeah. The character models look incredible, absolutely incredible. And it's as y'all can see, it says it's releasing in 2026 next year, so that's super dope. It's coming out on PS5 and PC at the same time, so that's super dope, man. So I give this State of Play a 7 out of 10. That's my score, and I'm sticking by it, bro. Let's go around the room real quick. And the chat, what would you give the State of Play now that y'all slept on it and stuff? What would you give the State of Play? Please, we would like to read your comments that you put in the chat. But J-Main, what was your?
I think I'm gonna be like a 6. I'm gonna be a 6.5.
6.5 for J-Main.
Same score. I got the same score.
Tony, same score. What do you got?
Same score.
I'd say 7.
7.
So thinking back on it all, there's 3 games that I'm definitely interested in.
Yeah. I think it had more of my flavor type of games in the State of Play more than anything. All right, let's move on, man. Let's talk about the Summer Games Fest.
Summer Games.
Bro, this live stream says 3 hours long. Why is this live stream 3 hours long, bro?
Jesus. I think it was like an hour of dumb shit.
All right,
and then it was like 2 hours.
So, J-Man, you said where's that? Where do you put the joint? You got.
Oh yeah,
where's the list of games? Where's the list? In the Discord?
Yeah, the Good Gaming chat.
All right,
the room that we in right now.
All right, cool. Let me pull up that list, because I'm not cycling through this video.
I would say the biggest announcement is definitely Arc Raiders, October 30th.
You're looking forward to that joint, huh?
The release date for Arc Raiders. That was definitely one of them.
I was hoping that would be like day and date like they did with the finals, but I guess not.
Oh yeah, they had said it was available now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think with Summer Games Fest, like, I think the problem he always runs into, which I understand why he has to be like this, but it's just too long. Like 2 hours to me is too long for the amount of like games that he has on his arsenal to show. Like he ends up showing a lot of bullshit because you know he got to pay bills and stuff like that. But if he could ever find a way to condense it down to like an hour and a half, I think.
Well, I will give him credit. It does give a spotlight to some games that probably nobody would have laid eyes on it if it didn't have this kind of platform too. Maybe that's why, because he did go on a whole monologue in the beginning of it about talking about independent developers and smaller studios. So I guess this is their kind of time to shine, because if they don't have this moment, where is their game going to really be discovered on the main stage?
You know what my issue is though with that is that he was like the loudest person stomping on E3's grave. When he was hyping up Summer's Games Fest. So for him to stomp on E3's grave and then now want to rely on the indie smaller titles is where I have an issue. Because if you stomping on E3 was where all the big guns came out. So now when it comes time to show and you want to rely on indies, that's not what E3, like E3 had those, but they also had the big. So if you come in to replace that, then you got to come with a lot of the big shit too. And now I feel like it didn't have a lot of that as well. It wasn't a good balance.
I see. Makes sense. But okay, Summer Games Fest. I thought that joint was a pack of mid. I didn't live stream none. I was watching on the side loosely. And I'm gonna try and go over some of the cool announcements. Mortal Shell 2 is getting a sequel, which doesn't look too bad. At first, it tricked me for a second. I thought I was seeing Bloodborne for a second. It seemed PlayStation just needs to hurry up and make this Bloodborne, because every game that was like dark and got some little gothic to it, I'm like, yo, is this Bloodborne, bro? Like, holy, it looked like Bloodborne for a quick second. Then I realized, of course, it's not Bloodborne. So, but Mortal Shell 2 looked pretty decent. What do y'all think about that Sonic Racing Crossroads game?
That shit look good. No,
it don't look too bad. It don't look too bad.
That wasn't my first time seeing it. I thought that shit.
No, like you can't, after experiencing Mario Kart World and how dynamic that is, and seeing how stiff the carts in like Sonic was,
it's no Mario Kart, but it doesn't seem like it'll be a bad game either. Let me just say that it doesn't seem like
that first one. The first one, like we played that for like a solid week when it came out. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it just don't hit like Mario Kart. Yeah, it don't hit like Mario Kart though. That's just the thing, you know what I mean? But I might give it I think this is a game that I will check out on a sale. So I guess they are doing some crossover characters, or bringing like the dude from Yakuza in it. I saw Joker.
Joker.
Yeah. So and Minecraft character was in it.
What's that character? Everybody.
I like how they doing them. I think it's like they doing like a portal system too.
Hatsu, something like
that. Hatsu, whatever. That was in Fortnite.
Yeah, that's fire.
They're doing something like that, where like, you know, the whole Ratchet and Clank situation, where like teleporting you to a different world type situation. So
yeah, if that ends up being like a random type of thing, I think that's crazy. To keep the game fresh.
Two kart racers like that, you know.
Well, you know, Mario Kart only on the Switch, so. You know, everybody else gonna.
I loaded up the PlayStation. That was on the front page.
I don't know,
racing game. I'm like, look at y'all trying to counter Mario Kart.
I don't think that's gonna be much.
It probably won't, reach Mario Kart numbers, but I do think it looked like a fun time.
Yeah, it didn't look too bad, man. It didn't look half bad. I'm definitely gonna check it out. Like I said, I played I think it was Transformed. I think that was one of them. They weren't too bad. Like I said, it's no Mario Kart, but it's not bad. They weren't.
I think the only one that competes was the Crash Team Racing one for me, man.
Well, that's
Kofi Duck Crash Team Racing.
Wasn't that shit 30 FPS?
That 30 FPS racer.
Yeah, that 30 FPS racer. That shit.
Nobody played that joint.
30 FPS racer is.
No one but you and BG played that joint, bro.
I don't think BG even played that shit.
Did they ever update it to 60?
BG was talking about to ass in that game and played it for 2 days, bro.
He said the laundromat back open, by the way.
For Mario Kart, that nigga don't even got a Switch.
Nah, you see, for Marvel.
I'm talking about for Marvel, the Marvel fighting.
Oh, I don't know.
He gotta be, bro. He gotta be money laundering, because no laundromat has ever been in motion, bro.
That should never open. The doors
never open. All right, so quickly, they announced Code Vein 2 for those who are interested. What else? I'm skipping. I'm trying to do the big announcements. They announced Atomic Heart 2.
Atomic Heart 2.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised
I will
got a
say
sequel,
that Munfish studio that's making Atomic Heart, they announced like 3-4 games.
Yeah, I think the other one was a Cube, right? The one something.
If anybody's laundering some money, it's them.
It's them, right? That's a fact. I'm like, yo, all of these games are in like the Atomic Heart universe, and I'm like, since when was Atomic Heart this big game that everybody went spin-offs?
They got a big like multiplayer battle royale coming out. They're like then they had another game. Then they have a game that they're co-making with some other studio. It's crazy.
One fish.
This is what you call
Atomic Hearts 1 was like
AAA slop. This is what you call AAA slop. I feel like their games, they just be looking good, but like they just.
I mean, Atomic Heart was the first game though, wasn't it?
Default games, bro. Like they're just default
Atomic Heart
games,
was
bro.
like dollar store Wolfenstein, yo.
Some people liked it though. Some people liked it.
It was mid. It was mid. I reviewed it and everything.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I don't watch those videos. Anyways,
relax.
You might fuck with the sequel.
Yeah, relax. I might fuck with the sequel, but the first one was mid. You know, you gotta give niggas time to improve. But I don't feel like this is an order 1886 situation where the next one would have been a complete banger. I feel like it still might be kind of mid. I still feel like it might kind of be mid still.
Yeah.
The turnaround time is crazy.
I'd be lying
I like the visuals.
I
like the visuals in terms of
nah, I'm
not necessarily the
maybe
graphics,
that battle
but some of the choices they use in the visuals and how they set the scene and some of the models, things like that was
models,
nice.
The twins.
Not too much.
Game of the show was that Muppets looking game, bro. That shit look fire.
What game is that?
Muppet.
The one that looked like
I know
not the Muppets, but the Sesame Street style one.
I know what he's talking
The
about.
boxing.
Felt that boxing.
Yeah.
Man, we skipped right over that.
Yeah.
That shit look heat.
What was cool was Liza P got shadow dropped. Liza P got
the
shadow
DLC.
dropped. The DLC.
Yeah.
So that was dope. I went ahead and purchased that. I will be playing that.
How much did they charge for the
buying that for the
DLC?
family? $30.
It's like $30.
30?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will be I did buy it already. I will be playing through that. It was starting some controversy on the timeline. I saw people were kind of upset because they added some difficulty modes to it.
I think it's some over hated controversy, honestly.
The difficulty options?
Because they have the standard difficulty there, and then they have the easier difficulties. It's like, who cares, bro? Just play it on hard.
Absolutely still care. I'm skipping it because of that. I'm skipping it.
If you're skipping it because of that, then you guys got other problems, bigger problems.
I'm with Jack.
How do you feel about that, Jay? How do you feel about that, Jay Main? Honestly, that them adding difficulty options, does that make you not want to play the game no more?
Nah, it would never not make me not want to play. As long as they can tell me like, all right, this difficulty matches what we originally.
Yeah, it does. It does. That's what I selected.
Then that's fine. I just don't like. I don't know. I guess I just don't be liking when they give into like the pressure of like the casual audience to make the game accessible for them. Like, stick to the game that you want to make and just the game for everybody. It don't have to be for everybody, but I know for them, they want to, get more sales. Of
get
course,
more sales, more people. If it's more accessible, then more people
if that
potentially
opens,
buy it, right?
Who knows if that opens it up to people to play, and then who knows they play it on standard difficulty next time they play it, or go into other games that style. You know what I mean?
I just feel like
it's opening the door for a lot of people.
At what point do you stop then? Like, what if they even say like, some of the certain options are, still not enough for certain people? Like,
I will say
you kind of keep going deeper into it with it.
Well,
like,
accessibility has been such a big thing. Accessibility has been such a big thing as of late. Like, there's so much accessibility, even in PlayStation games, things that just make the games easier. Like, there's a whole bunch of features that you could, quote unquote, take advantage. You know what? All what needs to be happening is to bring back difficulty trophies, bro. That's all we need, bro. Bring back difficulty trophies.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if Liza P had difficulty trophies, then the people who beat it on the mode, right? Then they could, because at the end of the day, I think it's a bragging rights situation, right? I think people want to say, they beat it on this. So bring back the difficulty trophies, then at least dumb folks can say, look at that. I got the receipt to prove that I played.
It's not just that too.
Trophy would be different.
But it's also like how you design the game too, because like, certain it became a point where like when you had different difficulties in the game, it was just like either the enemies became more spongy or you just go out in a certain amount of hits. Yeah, like I thought we were moving more toward the industry where they would make them a little bit more dynamic in terms of like the movement patterns and the type of attacks they use and shit like that, depending on the difficulty. When you add in a difficulty setting like that to the game, like as an afterthought, it really is just that basic, sponge level, or you take more damage. So I just want to know, like in the future when the next game is options. Are they going to make it as dynamic as I would hope? The difficulty options to be. I don't want it just to be like some slap on shit at the end of the day.
Did you see the drop in the hardest difficulty too? They're like, yo, as people complaining.
Yeah, I seen that they already nerfed.
I think that's for people that are going in with New Game Plus, and it's being way too crazy scaled because they're dying in 2 hits from any enemy.
Shit, that's New Game Plus. Fuck it, play that shit. Get better. Try to master that shit so you ain't taking no hits. Like that's how it's supposed to be. That fucking. But y'all see what I'm saying now, right?
That's too much. That's a little. They
could have just left that shit just like that. Because New Game Plus ain't for everybody. You beat the game already. Be happy with that. Now y'all saying, "Oh, I'm dying in 2 hits. Please fix the game. Make it easy." Now they at the mercy of anybody that want to make the game easier, but they chose this path, so now they gotta. They chose this bed. Now
I remember that supposed to be harder, but not like crazy, like unplayable hard though.
I remember that being the same situation with Bloodborne, where you go into the DLC, but you already beat the game, so it puts you in New Game Plus. So everyone was like, "Yo, the DLC mad harder than the base game."
Oh yeah.
But it was more so the New Game Plus.
Well, that's because
motherfuckers was like New Game Plus 10 by the time the DLC came out. That shit was hard.
But you still gotta, like, when you go into that, you gotta level up your weapons again because you don't carry that over though. That's why people think it was harder.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, moving on. They showed more footage of Onimusha, which I think it's looking great. What do you guys think of Onimusha? Oh.
I think that trailer sold me on it.
You say, Jimmy? I thought that was the release date trailer, but I don't think we got a release date yet.
I don't think we got a release date. We got the release year, but it seems like the game's coming along, and it's it will probably most likely come out next year. So I'm not really.
Yeah, it says 2026. It looks good though.
Worried about it. It looks really good. I'm trying to see what else that they showed that is worth talking about.
Y'all see that ill game? That's another one by that Munfish studio. That shit looked crazy. It reminded me of like Resident Evil 7 in terms of like the enemy types and all of that, but the way like attention to detail on the way the enemies were dismembered and all of that, and the way it's like a horror game. So like the way they was popping out of walls and shit like that, it looked crazy. That looks like it's gonna be a good time.
I'll keep my eye out. It didn't really do much for me, but I'll keep my eye out on it to see if it turns out to be something that's worth actually playing. But I did.
What about
some people? I'm excited about that.
What about Dying Light the Beast?
Don't care for it, to be honest. I ain't going.
They lost me. After Dying Light 2 was straight buns, they lost me, bro.
I'm kind of okay, bro.
This one is going back to the guy from the first game.
The same. Yeah, I heard, but.
I'm kind of not interested, bro. That was so last generation, bro. I think I'm done.
It took too long for it too.
Yeah, I think I'm done with Dying Light, bro. To be honest, I'm not interested.
Damn.
How about this?
And I'm tired of you know what I hate about Dying Light? That game was
what?
The
Dying Light,
you bust the gun, and it attracts more zombies. It made the whole.
Yeah, exactly. The whole point.
You wasn't supposed to shoot no guns.
Yeah, the whole point is it's a melee-based combat game.
Melee.
You have to run away with parkour, right?
Still.
Yeah, for sure.
The Wu-Tang game that was been like rumored and teased for a hot minute.
That's right.
Unveiled. I'm keeping my
eye on
that one too.
A little small clip of gameplay that looked interesting.
I think it's co-op too.
Yeah, it's supposed to be co-op. It was originally supposed to be published by Xbox, but not anymore.
Yeah, I remember that was like there was a rumor around that had to do with Xbox.
I think Epic is publishing this one now. So yeah, that should be interesting.
Another cool game that was shown was by Sega, the people who make the Yakuza franchise, I believe. I think it officially got a name. It was called Project Sentry at one point in time, but now it got a real name. Stranger Than Heaven is the official title of the game. I'm trying to find where the gameplay clip is for it. But
which one was that again?
It was like the Yakuza
it takes place in
game.
like it takes place in like I want to say, is it the 30s or the 40s? I think it is.
Oh yeah, that okay, yeah.
That game didn't look too bad, bro. That game did not look too bad still. So I'm definitely.
It looked like it had like a little supernatural element to it too at the end there.
Yeah. Also, I just want to throw this out there. I'm telling the Discord, man, we might have to keep our eye on this one. We always looking for party games to play, man. That Lego Party might be it, man. It's just a carbon copy of Mario Party, but it's just called Lego Party. Yo, it looked like a good game, bro. Man, it looked kind of fun.
That was at this showcase?
Yeah, Lego Party.
Yo,
you say that, but we got a rematch coming out.
Low key, we might be banned from playing any kind of board game, party game with Kofi. Because every time we do, this nigga runs someone out the Discord, bro. Every time, bro. Every time this nigga runs.
So I've heard.
Someone doesn't show up in the Discord every time we play a board game or party game with Kofi, bro. You ran out like 3 mans, bro. You ran out like 3 mans.
Damn. What you doing to people over there, Kofi? You know what I mean?
Oh man, it's not that serious, bro. It's not that serious. But yeah, that Lego party seems pretty cool, low-key. I do want to get. I'm trying to convince the man to maybe pick that up so we could get some game nights in the Discord for that. That should look kind of fun.
Is that a release date?
Actually, don't know. I need to go back. Let me see.
Lego Party.
Lego.
20. It says 2025. That's it.
That should look. Yo, y'all need to run back that trailer. That shit did not look too bad, yo. That shit did not look too bad.
Have to run it back.
Yeah, that shit did not look bad. All right, so let's just. And they showed Resident Evil 9 Requiem. I think that's
after
the official title, right?
teasing it throughout the show.
Yeah, exactly. So, and we spoke a little bit on that trailer earlier, but it was a cool trailer. I'm excited that it's finally coming out, but it really didn't. They didn't really jump in and show any sort of gameplay footage of it, or like what's exactly that's new.
It was more like a character setting reveal.
Yeah, character and setting reveal. So, but I am looking forward to it, and I'm excited to play it. Did they give it a release year?
It's
February 2026.
Is it first or third person?
They didn't tell us. I didn't see no right up afterwards.
Still don't know.
Rumors is third person.
We don't even know if it's open world like they were saying, or if it's the.
That was a rumor at one point in time. That
I don't think it is. I don't think it's going to be open world.
I hope not, because
this girl is not even the main. She's not even the main character.
Really?
According to rumors.
You think Leon is the main character?
Yeah, according to rumors, Leon. So I don't know if y'all familiar with Dust Golem or Golem, but he's been like leaking and teasing shit about this game since damn near like fucking Village came out. So he was one of the, like, when y'all heard rumors about it being.
Oh, we lost you. We lost you. Say what you said again.
Oh, yo, mic check, mic check.
I hear you.
Oh, okay. I was saying Dust Golem was one of the ones talking about Resident Evil 9 being like open world and stuff. But I think things changed and stuff. So, but yeah, he's saying that Leon is the like the main guy, and this Grace character is like one of the the other.
You think it's like, what's her name from 4?
Oh, well, not like Ashley. Oh, or unless you're talking about Ada.
Ada. Yeah,
okay.
Like a little second.
Yeah. No, I think
maybe secondary character.
I think you're gonna play more as her than you did like with Ada in the DLC and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. I'm definitely looking forward to this Resident Evil, man. Resident Evil is always a good time. I think I've played every single one of them at this point, so definitely looking forward.
I still need to play 3.
The remake.
Play 7 and 8.
7 and 8 is fantastic. I love
it. The first person for me is like puts me out of it.
I think it works. It works. The formula is still good in first person. The formula is
different.
Really
it's like a whole different. I don't know.
Like 7 fell off. The second half of 7 kind of fell off once you got into like the boat and stuff, and it turned into like an action game. But yeah, when you first start that game in the house, that shit was amazing. I love.
Aren't those only VR on PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah. Is it really?
Yeah, I think so. I think both of them are still exclusive VR.
Wow.
I would definitely try it in VR if it wasn't on exclusive to PlayStation.
Yeah.
All right, so let's wrap Summer Games Fest up. What would you score Summer Game Fest? Me, I'm giving it a cool 5 out of 10, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm at like a 4. I ain't gonna hold you.
I might be giving that shit a 3.
There's a lot more I didn't like than I did like.
Resident Evil 9 brought it back for when they teased it and then they went away.
And then tease it again.
Yeah, they teased it like
I
twice.
I didn't watch it live. I watched to catch up, like what was shown type of situation.
Okay. Yeah, like
and maybe if I would have watched I know they showed the Mafia there, but I was like, I'm buying this. It's coming out in like pretty much a month. So I could skip the trailer. So maybe that trailer was a bang, and that would have made my score go high.
It didn't really do. It didn't do too much for me. It didn't do too much for me, bro.
That trailer was
game a little bit.
If you already seen the trailer that they revealed, watch something like the stuff. That trailer didn't do. It was just a rehash of the same stuff they've been talking about.
Yeah,
that was my most anticipated game, but now it's looking kind of spooky for it, and it's Silent Hill F now.
Yeah.
So.
A lot of people was excited for Axe of Blood. Axe of Blood, I'm like, that shit look like Timu Sifu.
Yeah, that shit did not look good to me, bro. I'm sorry, that shit look janky as hell.
Kofi. If this Mario game is more than this Lego game is more than $40, bro, you're on your own, bro. I don't know what. I don't know about this. I don't know about this.
It's a PlayStation Plus weight, like what we saying?
That's a Game Pass joint.
That's a Game Pass joint.
They got the release date for that Marvel Cosmic Adventure too, right? Invasion.
Oh, I can't wait for that. Yeah, that comes
out. Damn, Jamie, this ill game looks scary as hell, low key, yo. What the hell?
Son, you see them enemies, bro?
Them enemies are
That's probably when Kofi fell asleep right there.
That's what I'm saying. That's gonna be a good streaming game.
Y'all not hyped for the Scott Pilgrim 2 joint? That's not
hell no.
I'm not that big of a Scott Pilgrim fan, but I do see people gonna be like really into that.
That's the game Jack was twerking over. Jack went crazy.
It's a big franchise.
I had the re-release in my car the other day. I didn't pull the trigger on it. I fell back.
That joint just came out too, right? The re-release?
Bro, I felt like it came out like 2 years ago at this point, yo.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it's been out for a while.
That ill game look creepy as shit. I just rewatched that trailer. Yeah, that shit look creepy as hell, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's crazy.
They had little babies in there too that he was kicking and shit across the room. I was like, hell yeah. Fuck them kids.
Yeah. So let's move on to the Xbox showcase, which was the last one.
Yes, sir.
Let me see if I can pull up the list of game announcements so I can have that in front of me.
I don't know what people are hyping up about the show, yo.
Honestly, I don't get it either. And
there's a couple joints in here that I like.
People gonna say it's hit. Yeah, there's a couple joints I like too, but people gonna say it's hit. But their last year's show is 10 times better than this year's show. Like,
way better.
10 times better than this. But the way that when I came to the timeline, J-Man, you would have acted like you would have thought they had that type of show this year.
Yeah. No.
But this year was nothing even close to what they did last year. Last year they had the best show, but this year I think it was kind of light.
Yep. Wait.
I think because they got a lot of stuff coming out next year.
Yeah. All right, so let's kick it off. With their showcase. So, they had the Outer Worlds 2, which I think they showed a little trailer. Then they did a deep dive later, which I didn't watch.
With Outer Worlds 2, I didn't watch the after show of that.
Me too.
The first one, everyone was gassing up like, yo, Oblivion, that back, yo, the team is fire. That game was big mid.
It was, I agree.
It was super mid. I was gonna play the DLC, but I'm like, nah, I left it. The gameplay. But a sequel, I was like, okay, I'm interested. They might can make something shake with a second game. But 80 big ones is crazy. I don't know if I got 80 big ones.
This being the first $80 Xbox game.
I don't think I got 80.
I mean, people saying this is the best game by them though.
Obsidian mix.
The people that have previewed it saying it's the best Obsidian game.
People guess the first one though. But
what else have they? I mean,
I'm sure it'll be good.
Nothing. So like,
I think it'll be better than the first one. I think they can build on it. So we'll see. But it's another one of those situations. Even Indiana Jones, Kofi's so lucky they sent him that game. Although, because I've been wanting that platinum. Bro, 70 big ones for that game? No, sir.
Yeah. See, like the Outer Worlds, like hey, for the people who are interested, hey, go for it. For me, this seems like a game that I'm getting on a steep sale. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. It doesn't look like too bad, but
I don't know
it's
about
not
steep.
something
I don't know about
I'm dying to
but
play.
maybe like
I'll play
50,
this at
60 bucks.
I'll play this
50,
joint
60
at
bucks.
yeah, a little $40. I'll play this joint at $40.
40? 40 is crazy.
Yeah, I feel like
Game Pass.
if Tony lay low on the donuts for a little bit, you can get that shit for 80, bro.
You got jokes. You got jokes. All right, so they started off the show with like the Outer Worlds, and I think the next game that they showed was a random one. I actually didn't expect this one. High on Life 2.
Yeah, this was a shocker.
I was shocked that game did well enough for a sequel.
The thing is, I played High on Life 2. I played High on Life 2 for the first time this year. I got the platinum and everything. And I low-key fucked with it, but I only got the platinum because it was on PS Plus. I don't think this is the type of game that you buy. Yo, it's another Game Pass joint. I would
subscription service game right there.
I would not be buying this game. This is absolutely subscription slop right here, yo. Good subscription slop, but I would not be buying. I would not be buying this.
High on Life 2. So yeah, it's getting a sequel. They showed a pretty decent trailer. I thought the trailer was okay. Once again, there's another game.
I couldn't tell. Was that gameplay or was that just cinematic?
I don't know. I think it was like.
Let's do it. Reminds me of
some
Benji.
gameplay in there.
Let's do it. That's Benji right there.
If that was gameplay, that looks really good.
Well, nah, it's too cinematic for me the way that they presented it. I think it's probably a mixture of both, or something. Like
high key. I see that they will bring the same guns back, and maybe they got some new ones introduced. But I would have liked maybe a fresh cast altogether.
They got the bow and arrow now, or do they have that in the
so
first?
It seems like the old cast and some new cast is gonna be there for the guns. So I think they're bringing back maybe some of the fan favorites and stuff like that. So.
The JB Smooth gun was my favorite gun in that game.
The knife was the funniest. The knife was pretty funny.
The knife was buns, bro. The knife was not all that, bro. Did you buy the knife DLC? They dropped a DLC for the knife. You ain't even buy it.
No, I didn't.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a cinematic trailer.
It's cinematic. Yeah, it's cinematic. Okay, so then they went on to announce another Plague Tale game.
Yes.
How did you guys feel about this?
This trailer actually played a day before the show, so I had seen it.
Oh really?
Before. Yeah, bro. They had like posted it on Blue Sky by accident. Some shit.
I don't know what to expect from that game. Is it gonna be more like the stealth? Is there more action? What's going on?
It seemed like it was more action.
Is it? I'm thinking this is like a different plague from like not the rats anymore. Maybe it's like something to do with like
locusts.
You know, like locusts. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It looks like locusts to me so far from watching the trailer.
I couldn't tell what those were.
It could be bugs or
locusts be flying.
Yeah.
People gotta put the meat down on this game because I remember people saying, "Yo, it's like The Last of Us." I'm like, "Yo, get out." Bro, I remember y'all was running with that narrative, yo.
Bro, you know, I couldn't finish a single. You know, I couldn't finish a single one. I didn't even play the second one.
Damn, you didn't beat the first one?
I didn't even play the second one at all. I couldn't even play the first one. The first one was so fucking boring. I just put me to sleep, bro. I could not beat it. Bro. So this shit put me to sleep. So once again,
that's almost how I felt with the first Last of Us.
Cheese. Hey man,
nah, it definitely, bro. It definitely like the first one. You know, don't go into that shit expecting wild by like the comic shit. You kind of like just going off for the characters, a lot of the environments, the story. That's some.
Was the second one just as buns too? Then
I didn't play the second one. I didn't play the second one yet. I want to.
I didn't play the second one either, bro. I tried playing the first one on 4 different occasions. I'm done, bro. I'm done trying.
Damn. Yeah, it's over. It's over.
That's why I call that game a Plague Tale wrecked on because I'm trying to look ass. Buns, bro.
Stupid as shit. All right. So then after that, Microsoft went on to announce their handheld that's in collaboration with Asus, the ROG Xbox Ally X. Okay, so I want to stay here for a bit.
New Xbox hardware,
This is not Xbox hardware. Let's say that.
No, new Xbox hardware, baby. This is an Xbox.
I want to stay here for a second. First of all, I want to ask the panel and I want to ask the chat. Who will be picking this up?
Sir. Nobody.
Who is this for?
Who will be picking this up? Will you be buying this? Will you be buying this in the chat? Yes,
I will not
or
be
no?
buying this. I don't know anyone that will be buying this. I can't picture anyone who will be buying this. I got no idea for this, bro.
This shit going double copper, nigga. There ain't nobody buying it.
The thing is, I feel like you know the problem.
Gonna cost.
Yo, Jamie, the thing is, I think they're late.
Yo, you know who's buying this?
Who?
BG said he buying this.
What?
Oh.
BG said he buying that shit.
No.
Yo, honestly,
So you know what? They're late only because
to the party.
They're late because it's not doing anything special.
They're late to a party that's not even that popping, bro.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I think
if this was the Xbox,
was this the first one
playing your whole library, including your classic games and shit like that, I think it would have been a little bit different.
I think Valve beat them to the punch in the sense of getting this type of device out to the market before them. They should have put out a handheld PC before anybody else, but Valve kind of beat them to the punch to kind of usher in this handheld PC market shit. So I feel like they're kind of late to the party. I feel like they should have done that. They should have done that. They should have been the first ones low key. So they're kind of late jumping into this. And why this one is different than the other ROG Ally that is out is that pretty much this one's gonna have pretty much like a unified UI in the sense where you can launch your Epic, Steam, and Game Pass games, I guess, in one sort of new OS or a custom version of Windows 11 where it's a little bit less bloated with, background features that used to, be a hindrance to, a device like the ROG Ally, the original one. So pretty much, I think that's like the new thing here. It's pretty much on the software side of things. But what's funny is Asus came out and said that, yo, we're going to roll out that update for the old joint for people who already own our ROG Ally.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They said that they're going to do that. So pretty much,
I didn't know
that's
that.
That's why I'm confused too. So
this shit just got an Xbox button on it, and that's it.
Yo,
it's
no, it's not just an
chips.
Xbox button. It's the UI, it's the interface. It's like Steam OS, right? You know how like Steam has Steam OS has on the Steam Deck has its own little OS. They're trying to make a simplified version of Windows 11 so the games could perform well. Because if you read any sort of forums or watch any videos about the ROG Ally and products like the Lenovo Go and stuff like that, a lot of people complain that Windows 11 fucking sucks in that kind of form factor. You know what I'm saying? The experience as a handheld or as a quote unquote portable console, it is not very good in comparison to something like Steam OS, which they do a much better job on that on the software side of things. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much the reason why this is quote unquote special is that it's going to launch with a new version of Windows 11 that's just like a more refined and stuff like that.
I think this is what we might see on the next Xbox.
Xbox can't even sell consoles. How are they supposed to sell this, man? That Xbox name does not hold that much weight for this to be.
So enthusiasts though.
So okay, so
they don't got no enthusiasts left. All the Xbox man's moved over to PlayStation to clout chase that, bro. No one left over there.
No, they still got Paris, nigga. Don't you never forget.
He still got
everything
Paris.
that we do is game, right?
Oh, brother.
Yeah, so it's definitely gonna be interesting, and honestly, I think that this is my take. Depending on how this does, is whether Microsoft shelves their own personal handheld. That's what I think. This is 100%
okay.
What I think. I think if this comes to market and the performance is abysmal, Microsoft will not release their own. They will not release their own anymore. I think they will shelve that. So what do you think? Just like they did with the Keystone, bro. They're gonna put that on Phil Spencer's shelf. Will never see the light of day, bro.
I don't know if this even sells 200,000, yo.
Damn.
I don't know.
So like what? Only thing I can think of that a Microsoft like dedicated handheld could be different from this is that they could possibly have your whole entire library that comes with, like I was saying earlier. But other than that, I don't know what else.
Strat, you muted.
Different. I'm muted.
No, Strat. He was talking about Strat. He was talking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know what else they could really do to make their own dedicated handheld much different than what this is.
That's what I'm saying. You're already late to the market.
You might have a good point.
They're already late. They're already kind of late with this. They should have done.
And then,
something like this
what do
if
we
they're gonna
think
enter
about the
market like
price? Because this is rocking a what? I forget the name of the chip, but it's like the next
but
generation
you know what,
version.
dog? We have
pricey.
We have
Pricey piece of
products to go
hardware.
by to look, right? So we can assume the ballpark price of it. So I want everybody to go on the internet right now. Since y'all in America, I only got the Canadian prices. I want you to go on the internet and type the Asus ROG Ally X, the 7-inch, because they're releasing 2 different models, right?
Yes, the one without the X and then the one with the X.
The one without the X is the cheaper variant. The one with the X is the more expensive variant. Okay, so right now,
so I got you.
All right, you go for a year, and I'll tell my Canadian dollars how much it costs.
Okay, so right now the ROG Ally X, which rocks the powered by AMD Ryzen 1 Extreme processor, and I think this Xbox joint has this
Z2.
The ROG Ally, the Ally X is $799.
$799. So if anything, it's going to be around the same ballpark. It's definitely not going to be cheaper. If anything, it might be the same or more expensive if they're going to drop this one's price, right? Over here,
Switch 2 guys.
Yeah, over here, the ROG Ally X costs $1,100.
Damn.
Over here in Canada, bro. This is not gonna make anything shake for them, bro. I'm sorry.
Holy shit.
That's a lot of fucking money, bro. That's a lot of fucking money for our ROG Ally. And I think the regular joint is $899 over here.
Damn.
The regular joint, not the X version. So you can imagine this new quote unquote Asus Xbox variant of the ROG Ally is probably going to be anywhere between $700 to $1,000, anywhere probably in that price range with the specs that it has, right?
Yeah, nobody's buying that. I'm sorry.
I do not see it getting like some sort of mass adoption. You know what I mean? I don't see it being one of those, especially that it's not really offering anything that's new. That's not already available to somebody who wants a product like this, right? If the people who are clamoring for a product like this, right, they might already have bought a ROG Ally or a Steam Deck already by now, right? Because
people think the Switch 2 is expensive.
You know what I'm saying? So by now you would have known like a
people
device like this already exists. You know what I mean? So I'm very interested to see how it performs for them, and I really do believe that Microsoft will be paying attention, because no way this bombs and they decide to manufacture or produce their own, if this one does like really bad, they don't see potential in it. So it's definitely going to be really interesting to see how it does.
Jeez.
Triple plastic.
So the original ROG Ally has played.
Yo, bro, it's a Windows PC. What people need to understand, that shit just runs Windows, bro. That shit runs Windows, and this device is running Windows. You know what I mean?
Right. So it's just like you were saying earlier with this one, it's just a more like
it's just like updated Windows. It's a updated. You know how like Steam has big picture mode? It's just this one's gonna be something.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like, gonna be something similar in that sense.
I would say it's more in line with the. How the Steam OS is, because it's boots straight to this, and there's no other window processes going on that system anymore.
Yeah, so
you don't have that desktop or anything.
You know how like on the Steam Deck, it gives you an option where you can boot into the Linux actual desktop and Steam's big picture mode. Pretty much, I think this is gonna be similar in the sense of that it's just gonna boot up straight to this new UI where all your storefronts are in one place. So your Epic, your Steam, your Game Pass are gonna be in one place, So we're gonna see how it turns out, man. And I just wanna put something out there, bro. Whoever designed this device, bro, this joint is ugly as fuck, bro.
Hey, it looks comfortable to hold, though. It looks comfortable to hold, though.
It's not easy on the eyes, bro. I'm gonna keep it.
It's not supposed to be, though.
It's not easy on the eyes, bro.
I feel like people are saying the same thing about the Portal, and I like both.
I would.
I like how the Portal design is, though. I like how it looks. This one does not look appealing at all, bro.
It looks a lot more comfortable than the Switch, I tell you that.
And it should. You know what? I was watching on Digital Foundry actually talk about it, and they don't seem too enthused about it at all. They think it's still. They don't seem enthused about this device at all. They feel like it's
Like
gonna run
Digital
into a lot of-
Foundry is going down into a slope, bro, with their takes lately.
No, but they actually put up good points. So at least from their perspective on the device and where it fits in the market, and I think they had a pretty good argument. They didn't really seem like they believe in the device too much for when I was watching it. So I guess we're gonna see what it does, man, when it comes out. It's coming out this holiday, and I think that price might shock some people. I think right now the people who are interested, and they're making all the jokes on the timeline, like we about to play like PlayStation games on
PlayStation games.
on this.
On
I think
Xbox
when they see,
hardware.
I think when they see this price, I think a lot of those people are gonna be priced out. I think a lot of those people kind of gassing it are gonna be priced out. They're gonna be like, I ain't paying.
They ain't buying that
paying.
shit.
I'm not paying $700 to $800 for this.
It's gonna be interesting though, because like I know it's a portable device, but people like made a big, what to do about the Pro and even the Switch 2 being the price that they are. And like you said, I think I'm not seeing this shit being even for like the cheaper one with the upgraded, because they both got upgraded chips in them versus like with the ROG Allies.
Yeah, I can't see it. I can't imagine it being cheaper than what's already available on the market. It got to be either the same price
Unless
or
those
more.
get like a big price drop.
That's what I'm saying. They either got to be the same price or more. They're not gonna launch it cheaper. It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm curious to see how that device turns out. But I guess we will see. All right, moving on. They showed a game called The Blood of Dawn Walker. I'm trying to catch the trailer.
Oh, the vampire game.
I don't even remember this.
Very excited for it,
bro. You're looking forward to that, Strat?
Yeah.
What
It's by some of the Witcher 3 devs. It's supposed to be an open world game where you're like a vampire, like a Daywalker almost, I believe. Yeah.
Playing game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so I didn't give a fuck about that. Should I give a fuck? But I didn't give a fuck about that. Super Meat Boy 3D. See, now we talking.
Negative. I was
looking forward to this joint. I played the original joint of this. I'm looking forward to
I'm
this.
excited for that.
Good. Yeah, I'm looking
the
forward to
change
this.
ain't selling me for it, man.
You're not
The
feeling
change to
it?
3D.
It's looking like Unga Bunga, your Unga Bunga platform, and I'm good.
I'm looking
Crazy.
forward to it. I'm personally looking forward to Super Meatball 3D, so I need that. The next game that they showed was Ninja Gaiden 4, which is a game that has already been revealed. I'm already sold on the game.
Sir.
That's going to be
And we got a release date. Yes, sir.
Yep. It is coming October 21st, 2025. I will be there.
Need that.
I will be there.
Yes, sir. I still gotta get the new one. They just dropped. I still got
Two Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on there.
That's on the list.
Moving on, Indiana Jones is getting on DLC pack.
DLC.
And yeah, I still haven't beat the base game. I started it, but I'm not done it. I kind of dropped it for Mario Kart. Low-key, I was playing Indiana Jones before Mario Kart came out, and I dropped it. So,
Everything
I did the
dropped
same with
on Mario.
Expedition 33. I did the same. I gotta get back to it.
So, so Indiana Jones DLC.
Nah, but that looked good. DLC,
Yeah.
more DLC. Well, not more, but yeah, DLC.
Yeah. This game right here
They
threw
dropped
everybody
DLC
for
that
a
game,
loop.
not getting no sequel.
What happened?
He said they're just
Dropping DLC because that game's not getting no sequel.
He said there's no sequel for that game coming out.
I think it will.
This game, this
Think
one
so,
threw me
bro?
for a
I don't
loop.
think so.
This game right here threw me for a loop. It's called Beast of Reincarnation. Right?
Oh yeah, who make
That
it?
was crazy.
was
That was crazy.
That threw me for a loop when I saw Game Freak, the creators
Game Freak is
of
making
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
Pokemon franchise,
No, that looks good,
making a
that
game
looks
that
good, that
looks
looks good.
this beautiful. I saw the Pokemon community in unison get tight. They're doing side by side screenshots, like when they make a game for
saw that, I
Switch, when
saw
they make
that.
a game for multiplat, bro. Like that's crazy.
So
Game
I
Freak-
saw get some hate. I saw get some hate though. People say they tired of the Souls games. You know what I mean? But I was fucking with it.
I like the art style. You already know me. I'm a sword and sandals type of guy.
Samurai much.
Yeah. So it was definitely funny on the timeline watching all the Nintendo guys kind of freak out that Game Freak. Y'all been playing in our faces the whole time. Y'all can make a game this good, but we're getting these low res textures and fucking Pokemon games. It was entertaining. So yeah,
I had saw the trailer, but I missed it being Game Freak when they showed that at the beginning. So when I saw everybody tripping, like Game Freak could make a game look good, I was like, oh, that was Game Freak. Like I would have never guessed. But
yeah,
shit,
that's dope, man. That's dope. Then the next game, this seemed to be most people's favorite game of the show. It's called Clockwork Revolution.
Yep, my
It's a
game of the
game.
show.
Really
It's
cool
a game
looking.
created by In Exile.
You see what
And
happens when they stop making that top-down PC dog shit? They could make
it's still a role-playing
good-looking
game. Well, it's still
That's
a
fine.
role-playing game.
That's fine.
From what I'm seeing, but it's a first-person shooter type of role-playing RPG game.
With I like the tone of the game.
Very BioShock-esque.
Yes.
Like it's inspired.
It's like
very much like
BioShock and like Dishonored too in there. I like that they got like the time mechanics that go along with the gameplay and all that stuff. That shit looks cool. I saw a motherfucker get his head like blown off in the game. Like they not shying away from rated M game too.
Yeah.
I like what I saw from this. This looks good.
Yeah. Sure,
I like that it looks like your choices means. I like that your choices look like they mean something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like even down
Like-
to when they would like in the trailer they were showing like the character being created, and it was like it was playing into what the storyline was about. So
Gameplay looks very dynamic as well. Like
Yep.
a lot more so than any other game I've seen. Like that's somewhat similar.
My hype level for this game is like a 6 and a 5. I feel like maybe it's one of those games I might have to play to really understand how dope it is.
I'm the same.
But
I'm the same.
Yeah, I'm like a 6 or 5 when in terms of hype. I think artistically
It was getting
looks
hyped
really
up though.
good, but it seems like it's getting a lot of good positive reception. So that's
For
good for
sure.
y'all folks. But I feel like I might need to get some hands on before I can really know what's up with this type of game to see if it's something. For me.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm glad people enjoyed what they saw. Moving on, they showed Grounded 2. Did y'all see that coming?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did
Another
y'all
game
see
going
that?
for a
Yes.
week in the Discord.
Yeah, maybe not even.
Yo.
Grounded 2 is getting a sequel. It's actually
You know what?
launching
So-
this year in preview.
J-Man, I got a story for you. J-Man, I got a story for you, bro.
Story time. I love these.
Me, Kofi, I mean, Strap, we all on grounded. We putting in that work, clocking in shifts, you know what I mean? I'm gathering all the resources. So one day I'm like, you know what? Let me pick up my weight. I'm going to gather this. I'm going to build this. Niggas never came back to that server, bro.
Yo,
That's
Loki,
crazy.
actually, Grounded was actually a dope game, man. Like in concept, it's actually a really dope survival game. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I was about to say.
I know
it's
people
a
make fun of
survival
it,
game.
but it's actually a pretty fun survival game with friends. The
This
only thing
was
I didn't
another
like
one of
about the
those
first one
games-
is just the lack of. I felt like it was just the lack of direction in the game in the sense of like I
There
felt like I was
was,
always
I
getting
see, yeah.
lost. I felt like I was just always getting lost
Mm-hmm.
in terms of tasks. I feel like if they could streamline that a little bit better, it would be more enjoyable to play.
Not knowing where to go, how to
Yeah, you
upgrade,
just be
really.
lost. And I kind of get that might be the point of the game, kind of throwing you in there just to figure it out on your own. But I feel like if they can just point you to the right direction a little bit, at least a little bit more, it would be more enjoyable. A little bit. Yeah, so
That's
This
that's
is another one of those.
I was gonna say that's a tactic that a lot of companies they don't have much to offer game. Throw you in there and let you create the
figure it out.
game.
Yeah,
Because you're gonna spend a
Not too
lot of
much on
time making
ordinary.
mistakes and getting lost.
exactly.
I
Because
know what it
Grounded
is.
is one of those games that did launch in like a game preview, and
Yeah.
it'll probably didn't have as much content in the beginning, so it's probably better that way that they don't really tell you what to do too tough. And like you. Just
I think
figure
this one
shit
is
out.
launching a game preview too.
Yeah,
It is.
It is.
This
This
is
year.
another one of those games like Atomic Heart, so I'm like, yo, y'all gave this a sequel? But
Right.
see,
I
let's
ain't gonna
see.
lie. A lot of games in the showcase got sequels. I expect to see get sequels.
that's a
Like,
fact. That's a fact. That's a
Immortal
fact.
Shell, Code Vein 2, fucking Grounded 2, High on Life 2. Like I was impressed to see that, especially when a
Yeah.
lot of these games like launched in Game Pass and stuff. Maybe
Well, you could tell Grounded, right? It's probably not a huge team putting it together type shit. You know what I mean?
no, because it's Obsidian. They making
Yeah.
like 3 games this year.
Yeah, you
that shit
could
is
tell
crazy.
this is like a smaller game, and it's not even really launching complete, right? It's launching in
Yeah.
a game preview, so it makes sense, yo. This game's probably.
I think
gonna
because this
officially
game's
come
as a
out in-
service too, it's a surprise that it's getting a sequel so fast as well. Like
Yeah,
the
they
same
usually
people
let
They
those
out
games
finished.
there.
They
rock.
finished development on the other one. They were making anything else for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
they
could
usually
tell
let
It
Because
wasn't.
I was
like,
thinking
they
about that, like
stopped.
with Sea of Thieves. Like they still adding stuff content.
But Sea of
to that
Thieves is a
game.
game as a service. Grounded One just released in early access, so they were building it up, and then they finished.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I see what you're saying.
Okay. All right, so moving on. Blooper Team. Their new IP. Chronos, the new Dawn. Got a new trailer, and we got some gameplay in that trailer, and I want to hear y'all thoughts on it. What do y'all think?
It gives me like Dead Space vibes.
Yeah, it does. Doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad.
No,
I thought it was the worst showing of it, though.
Me too. I agree with that.
You know?
I agree with that. I've seen better showings of it. I thought this one would have. I just feel like they still holding a lot of cards to their chest.
They don't want to show too much. Maybe it looks okay.
Yeah.
Maybe they
I
don't
will
got too much
say.
to show.
I
don't
will
know.
say it's looking like Blooper Team is the most improved studio we have gotten in a while. You know what I mean?
Most
Between
improved
I
player.
think we have to wait until this comes
what
out
else?
because I'm
Okay.
getting scared for them now.
okay,
Silent
so
Hill 2.
let's
Silent Hill 2, that was them?
that's
that
them.
was a banger.
That's
That was a
them,
banger.
bro. And
That's
you
it,
love
but
that
that's
game.
how.
Was a banger.
No, but it's
Was a
like
banger.
they're already making a good game. Like you can't really make it better if it's already a made game. They just made it look prettier.
Nah, but let's not do that. They did.
Nah,
they did
they did
other
a little
shit.
more.
They did.
What
They did
are
more.
they? What are they? What are
Yo,
like? I
Silent
don't
Hill
know.
2.
Silent Hill 2 was Game of the
perspective.
Year last year. That was
Silent
Game
Hill
of the
2, the
Year.
original strat, is almost like some OG Final Fantasy shit with its perspective. You know that, right?
I get it, but it's not that like. I don't know, but you have the story there. I feel like what people hate most about the Bloober games is like the
I think their
story.
gameplay. I think their gameplay was.
No, it's the
also
gameplay.
mid.
To
The
me.
gameplay.
I don't
was
know.
Bad. Yeah, because I
Yeah, I
played
wish it
the
was Silent Hill
medium,
too.
and I thought the medium story gameplay just nah.
Yeah.
It was
Honestly, let me just say this: if this one hits, or it's half decent, or it's one of those like high mid 80 Metacritic games, and I think Blooper Team, we could give them the award for most improved studio, because their rep. Let's not lie. Before Silent Hill 2, their rep was in the mud. No,
That's a fact.
yeah, it was. It was.
their rep is in the mud. So
When
if this
people
game turns
found
to
out
be
they was
pretty
making
good,
Silent Hill 2,
we're mad about that.
yeah, it's like
They were.
why Blooper
were.
Team? Like how are they still getting freaking projects?
Yeah. So if this one
Yo,
turns out to be
Bloober
good,
Team would
most
make
improved,
games
bro.
like what was that one studio? The guy that was finessing. Remember, you had the game coming out and it was like on the
Day After
PlayStation
Tomorrow
blog.
or
Oh
something.
yeah, what
Who was that guy? Who
game
was that
called?
guy? And he was using the assets. He was finessing the
Oh, I
PlayStation
know what you're
blog
talking
post
about. I
and
know
all
what you're
that.
talking about now. I remember now.
Oh,
He
my
was
God.
they were making those tits out of the games. That game just
They did a
disappeared.
countdown and everything for that, and nothing ever happened.
Yeah,
Didn't they have like a
exposed the guys
demo or
at
some
fault,
shit? Or
and
supposed
they
to have
just
a demo?
disappeared. He was
There was
supposed
a countdown to a demo that never happened.
He did the interview with Colin and then just never heard from the guy again, bro.
Never heard from him.
Man disappeared, bro.
All right, moving on. They showed some DLC for Elder Scrolls. They showed a Donut, I believe, game.
Oh, don't know.
one of-
Yeah,
Don't know.
Yeah,
One of them Life is
I'm
Strange.
playing
type of
as a
games.
lighthouse, bro. Or no,
Feliano.
that's somebody else.
That's
It's
somebody
a
else.
Jet Move Johnny game.
Yeah.
It's a Jet Move Johnny game.
Age of Mythology got an expansion pack.
Trash.
Okay, so this
that's another
game.
game Jay made. You got run off that game. Straight.
Oh my god.
Game's so ass, bro.
This
Game's
game
not ass.
got people talking a little bit. It's a game called Mudang Two Hearts.
Ooh, that look heat.
Yeah, that look good.
You know what? I never knew there was mad footage of this game out. Like not people. It was called like Project H or something like that. Project something.
Really?
Yeah, there's actually mad footage of this game out of them testing this
Oh, really?
game and doing. Yeah, I was watching it. It's called Project something. Oh, I forgot exactly
What is
what it's
it?
called.
I saw some
Is this a
But-
this is made by Korean developers?
Yeah, but I will say from the gameplay that I saw on the timeline of like early development footage of this game, the animations look really nice.
Yeah,
Like, they were doing
that's what
they were doing
really-
like fucking, dare I say, Naughty Dog level type of animations. Like the animations looked really really good. So I'm curious to see how this game turns out. It seems to be
Project
some super.
TH.
Yeah,
Project
TH, that's it.
The
Yeah.
ultimate stealth action.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what this
Oh
game
shit!
is.
Yeah, there's like 8 minutes of gameplay from.
Yeah, that's what
days
this
ago.
game is. I'm interested to see how it turns out because the game is on some supernatural shit too, right? It would have been nice if it was just
look like some Metal Gear shit.
Yeah, it would have been nice if it was like a traditional stealth game. You know, some Splinter Cell shit, since Splinter Cell don't exist anymore. But it seems like they're going for like some supernatural.
Seems like
shit.
some zombies in it too.
Yeah, some supernatural shit. So we'll see how it turns out. It could be good, it could be bad. So we have to just keep our eye out.
I ain't gonna lie, that almost threw me off because like you see the way the characters are dressed and like that, like you said, like a Splinter Cell type of.
Yeah.
Like that is a little, I don't know, off-putting. But like you said, the animations do fire.
The animation.
I like that part where he jumped off the ledge and came down like Ellie. Last of Us.
Yeah, even the dodge. They have a dodge that's so Last of Us-ish. Like, when you're dodging melee attacks. So
and pulling enemies over cover and coming behind them, stabbing them up. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. I'm watching some of this Project TH stuff, and some of this wasn't even in the trailer, but
the animation work is. The animation.
There's like a lot of early work in progress like footage out there too.
Yeah. That's what it is. So I'm gonna keep my eye out on it. I'm not saying I'm like hyped for it, but I wanna see where they take us. It could be something that turns out to be great. So we're gonna see. Yeah. Moving on, I think Fallout got some more DLC. Some indie games got announced.
76.
Solo Leveling is getting the game. You know what I mean?
People like saying that's just a mobile game for PC now.
I have no idea.
Or some shit. I don't know.
Solo Leveling is getting some sort of co-op game coming out in 2026. It's coming to the Series X and I believe PC as well.
There's a demo out right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. There's this little Pokemon-looking type of game called... What was this? Anemo? What the fuck is this shit called?
Anemo, yeah. Anemo. Nintendo getting the lawyers ready right now.
Yeah, look like some Pokemon shit.
But they're not capturing Pokeballs and balls. That's the problem.
That's what I was waiting for to see in the trailer. Like, let me see a capture mechanic.
They're just turning into them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. All right.
Super Meat Boy had a Mario pipe in that shit. I was like, hold on.
Yeah, right.
Be careful.
Yeah, exactly. Tony Hawk Pro Skater got a new trailer.
Day one right there.
Oh, breaking news. Hold up. Breaking news. We got some official news. Switch 2 numbers. Official Switch
crazy,
2 numbers.
It's crazy,
Nintendo
right?
Switch 2 has sold over 3.5 million. 4 days becoming the fastest globally.
We already knew it was going to break some numbers, and Nintendo's
Come on. Yokio, you supposed to take that bet, nigga. You would have lost.
I saw Tony deleted. Tony deleted a tweet. He deleted a tweet.
I screenshotted it.
He deleted a tweet. He was trying to make it seem like the Switch had no motion. He tried to make it seem like
I think it's gonna fall off. I think it's gonna fall off.
There's no way it falls off.
Nigga, holiday season about to come up.
Tony, hear me. There's a franchise. There's a franchise called Pokemon, sir. There's a franchise called Pokemon. As long as that's on the device, that shit is moving units, bro.
I don't think it's moving units. I don't think it's got motion like that no more, yo.
Don't die on this hill.
You're very wrong. You're very wrong.
Die on this hill.
You're very wrong. We're letting you know you're very wrong.
I don't think it's got motion like that.
Okay, so real quick, is this the fastest? Is this the fastest selling console ever?
I'm still willing to take a lifetime bet on that Switch too, but you know,
what's a lifetime bet? What number are you looking at?
Less than Switch 1.
Nigga, what kind of stupid ass bet is that, bro? Duh, nigga. Like, give us a figure. Give us a exact
Switch
number.
1 so. I think it sells less than Switch 2. 150. I got less than 125. I got less than 125.
Look what he betted. Look what he betted against. He's betting a console sell. He's betting a console sell 125 million units. You know how crazy that number is?
That's crazy.
You know how crazy that number is?
How many years? What, like 8 years?
Bro, you know how crazy that number is, bro? My nigga, that would be the second like best selling console or like the third best selling console of all time, bro. Like that's a crazy number, bro. But that's crazy still. That's crazy.
3.5.
All right, so
okay.
Moving on with this shit. Tony Hawk Pro Skater got a new trailer.
Demo's out now.
Yeah, at Fate's End is like some sort of new indie got a new trailer. Gears of War Reloaded got a new trailer. All right, now the juicy stuff.
Beta.
Persona. Beta 2. Persona 4 Revival got teased. And this is what I've been waiting for. Y'all already know I had Mass Slander for Persona 4. the truth is,
ridiculous.
it's just old, bro. You know what I mean? It's just old. So an
I get
updated
that.
version of that game.
After playing 5 and
Yeah.
probably 3.
Yeah, it's just old, bro.
It feels old. Yeah. Because
So,
I played 4 before 5 came out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it still was like, I didn't have nothing
to compare it
in terms
to,
of
really.
Persona. That was my first Persona.
I want to get into that franchise. Man.
Amazing.
Want to get into
amazing.
it? Start with the 3. Start with 3. I think you should start.
3 Reloaded. Incredible. Incredible.
Yeah, start with 3.
So the fact that Persona 4,
yes, sir.
yeah, I did cry. I ain't bullshit. I did cry at the end of that game, bro.
That's
Persona
crazy.
4 Revival is coming out, and I'm excited for it. They did a little teaser of how the game's gonna look. The character models look dope. All you did was run a little bit. I don't even think we got some combat or anything like that, but I'm excited that it does exist, and I will be playing this day one. This was probably one of my favorite reveals out of everything as well. Out of all the showcases, I'm really looking forward to this.
It looks good too. It looks good.
Yeah. Sea of Thieves is getting its 17th season.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Sea of Thieves, man, it's still running, man.
One of the biggest comebacks. I know No Man's Sky probably got that record, but Sea definitely
Sea of Thieves
turned shit around
comeback,
and
bro.
Made a crazy comeback.
They did. After that was a game that I actually did not expect. Invincible Versus. There's an Invincible Versus fighting game. Apparently, this is the team that did the Killer Instinct game. That's making
really
some members.
Okay, so it's not the
this
same
game.
studio.
I don't even think it's a hot take. I don't even think it's a hot take. This might be a cold take. This game would have got gassed up and hyped up if that Marvel game didn't step on it. If we didn't see the other game at the showcase, I feel like people are like, yo, we already got a fighter now, yo. Get this out of here.
It's the pedigree from the other studio, bro. It's not really the.
Yeah,
I feel like this game would have got more hype, more love, more people would check it out if it.
This is such an unknown dev and everything, bro.
Yeah, but it doesn't look too. I will say it doesn't look too bad. It's something that I think I'll check out, but I'm
picking it up. You gonna pick it up?
I think I'll check it out. Just
how much
because I like Invincibles.
How much you got for it? How much
I'm down to pay for it?
Yeah.
It's gonna be at least $70.
At least if this is a full price game, I'm waiting, bro. I don't know about that, bro. If it's like a $50 game, I got you. I'm there. I'll give it a try because I like fighting games.
You don't got 80. You don't got 80 big ones.
I don't. If it's $80, I'm definitely not buying this joint, bro. I'm definitely not buying this joint, but I like Invincible, so I might have to get this a go, man. I might have to get it a little go to see if it's alright. But I already got my.
I liked Invincible Season 1. I have to check out 2 and 3, but does it really have that many characters for a whole fighting game?
That's what I'm curious about.
But I don't know.
I don't know if they're gonna.
I don't know. I feel like Mark and the Dad's the only 2 characters people really care about. Too tough. Everyone else just lackeys for
low-key, they do got a lot of characters.
I know it's got other characters.
They do got a lot of characters. Low-key, they could pick from.
Have you not watched the show?
I watched the first season.
They got a lot.
Bro, did you not see all the characters in that first season? What do you mean?
They got a few, and they got a few powers, but like they weren't really in the show that much.
Yeah. It does have a little bit of a Mortal Kombat look to it. Yeah, it does got a little Mortal Kombat style Killer Instinct shit going on for it. So there's that.
Does it have a release date? No window?
You know what? Let's see. I actually do not know. I don't think so.
It needs to come out before the Marvel one. Otherwise, it might be cooked.
Yeah, that Marvel game is gonna take over the fighting game community. That's gonna be the one.
For sure.
That's gonna be the one. It's coming out 2026. We don't got a proper date, but they said 2026. All right. So moving on, man. Finally, the Xbox guys they dubbed that they've been waiting for. Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate.
Oh, fight me about that.
That's your shit.
That's your people, bro. That's your people, bro.
I was thinking, like, what they announced? Did I forget something? Like, what's going on here?
That's your people, bro. That's your people.
Nah, bro. That stepped away a long time ago.
Final Fantasy VII Remake
Integrate franchise, bro.
is finally coming out to Xbox Winter 2025 with the Switch 2 version. This is look, I guess for the people who care, hey, congratulations, finally Final Fantasy is coming to Xbox. I already got this game. I already beat it twice. I got the platinum in this.
Niggas beat the sequel already. That's how much we're not giving up.
Yo, bro, Xbox didn't hold a proper like fan event this time around.
Yeah.
So they packed a whole bunch of Xbox fans in this dingy warehouse. It seems like to watch it.
No, they themselves made that.
Well, their budget was really low. Their budget was really low. It looked like a warehouse.
That should look like one of those big tents.
One night asked me, Kofi. One night asked me a question. One night sent me a picture. It was like the Iron Lords that had Game Addicts there and Aaron Greenberg for dinner. He was like, "You think Aaron Greenberg picked up the bill, or had the Iron Lords bust down the check?"
Oh man, that's a good question. I'm about to ask Attic that. I'm about to ask Attic about that, man.
Paying for the bill was not in the budget. They ain't do no fanfare.
Yeah, it seemed like their budget was really low this year when it comes to the community because them seats. They didn't even have the proper seats. They had the metal folding seats, bro. Like, them seats were dingy. They looked in the warehouse. They looked like they're all packed in a sardine in a warehouse watching that joint. And they were going crazy for this. I'm like, God damn, this game came out like, when, 2020, bro? It's like 5 years later, bro. Got the.
It was actually like BG at E3 when this joint got shown.
That's a
They're going crazy for this. I'm like, yo, bro, like, you know how old this joint is? This joint is old, bro. You know what I mean? So congratulations, I guess.
They ain't gonna beat that shit.
Yeah, all that noise too. It's not even in Game Pass.
Month sales come out. No,
yo, bro, it's not even in Game Pass. They're not playing this.
Which means the numbers gonna be even worse for complete. They not touching that shit. They not playing. And it's not like the game was never coming to Xbox. It was always gonna come. It was just a matter of when.
Yeah, All right, so they announced Final Fantasy VII Remake. Then they went on to announce Final Fantasy 16, the latest one, and it was a stealth drop, and they went crazy for that joint too. That's another game that I already played. B got the platinum, so those announcements for me personally does nothing for me. But if you're an Xbox only gamer, then I guess you're happy for that.
I'd say that.
I guess you're happy.
I just don't like stuff like this. I get it if you like an Xbox fan, but to be going as crazy as us.
It's a 5-year-old. Yeah, that one is a 5-year-old game. Bro.
How could you see a game that to get that reaction and not have played it yet?
I would have made for me, no, it don't work like that. I would have had that system and played it already if I was that excited for it. You feel me?
That don't make no sense. It's no game that I'm going jumping out of my seat screaming, I told you. Like it's no game I'm gonna be doing that 5 years later. Like that don't even make sense.
Yeah. Viceroy says it's not as old as that Gears remaster that y'all are hyped for. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that?
What that have to do with anything? Like we looking forward to more people playing Gears.
You're right. Hear me out. When
about.
Gears dropped, guess what? I was on the 360 playing that shit.
Right,
day one.
you
have to understand that. I was playing it. I did not sit there and wait for it to come to PlayStation, right? Before me jumping around in the seat getting happy for it. The reason why I'm excited for Gears of War right now coming to PlayStation because the franchise is fucking dead, right? So hopefully now with these PlayStation numbers that are gonna join or that are gonna hop on the game, the franchise can get some players and people could play one of my favorite franchises of all time. That's why I'm excited that Gears is coming to PlayStation. It's not my first time playing Gears of War 1. I played Gears of War 1 multiple times.
Multiple times.
I played on 360
across multiple
times.
platforms.
When it came to Xbox One, guess what? Ultimate Edition. I played and I beat it too. Now it's coming out again, re-release. I'm gonna buy it on Steam, and I'll most likely buy it on PlayStation as well. So that's the difference. What we're talking
most
about.
likely that you already know what time it is. You gonna have that platinum quick.
You know what I'm saying? That's the difference, right?
Nah, but they got difficulty trophies though.
I did not sit there and wait for Final Fantasy to hit Xbox after being available for 5 years, then see it get announced and scream about it. No, I play it right away when I want to play something. So that's
I caught the Xbox One for Tomb Raider. Like that's what I do.
You're a sick guy.
Hey, I wanted to play that shit. The first one was good. I needed that sequel.
All right, so to wrap up this, because it was a nasty game ender or show closer. So they showed a game called The Keeper where you're playing as a lighthouse. I didn't even really get the fuck what was going on with that.
That was by Double Fine.
Double Fine, which is a good studio. You know, they make the Psychonauts game. So this could possibly it could possibly be a great game. But it's some sort of weird platformer where you're playing as a lighthouse. But
I know they have meetings about that. So like, who came up with the idea of like who wants to play as a lighthouse? You know what I mean?
Well, they always do like quirky stuff with their games.
It's like,
but it could turn out very good though. It still could be a very good game. You know?
We'll see.
They was in their Kojima bag. They're like Kojima Productions on a smaller scale. They always go nuts with their games. No pun intended.
Okay, so Perel, okay, I'll give you. He says, "Nah, Kofi, you talking about yourself. The conversation is about the people who waited. Gear's been available for those PlayStation guys. That's true, and those PlayStation guys are just as bad. No, it goes. Yo, don't get me wrong. It goes both ways. This goes both ways for those guys too, right? So if there was a PlayStation guy that always thought Gears was dope, and you didn't play it for 20 years until it touched your console, I think they just as bad as y'all who are getting crazy for Final Fantasy, bro. Like, they're just as bad. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. I agree. If that's what you talk about, I agree. I'm just saying I don't follow them type of rules because I play. When there's a game interests me, I'll buy a whole console for one game if I have to do that, bro. But you know what I mean? So that's just me, though. But you're right about that. You're right. It goes both ways. You're right. And they ended the show with Black Ops 7. Yo, can we talk about this for a second? Xbox should never do this again. Absolutely never do this again. Never close out a show with a fucking Call of Duty. That's like closing out a show with 2K, bro. Like, what? It's expected. Every year we get this. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess they probably felt like this looked.
Say that again. Repeat that. This look what?
Check.
We hear you.
Okay. I was thinking they probably thought it looked so much different in terms of like the story and stuff, or the setting and the tone from other Call of Duty, that this would, like, you know, get people going crazy. Like, what the fuck is this? Like how I was when I was watching.
Yeah.
What the hell is? I went from, is this Quantum Break to a whole bunch of different shit. A new IP. I thought this was like maybe something
this should piss me off, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. And if anything, them revealing that it was Call of Duty kind of just took the wind out of the sails. Because I was actually interested. That was my guy from Heroes that's playing the main character. It looks like I was like, oh shit, this looks interesting.
Yeah, they should never do this again, please. You know what I mean? Like, Call of Duty, we get it. It's your biggest franchise that y'all got, bro. It's the biggest franchise y'all got. But I think when you're closing off the show, that should be left to the IPs that are like true staples to your brand, like whether it be a Halo, Gears, like the Forzas, the unique games, not the slop that we get every single year, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Right.
You know, that was the worst show closer in a hot minute, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, and then like with Call of Duty, like the last game just came out like 7 months ago. Like, nobody wants to see Call of Duty yet. Like, it's just like, I know they're gonna have their own event, but it's like nobody wants to see that shit yet.
Yeah.
And like somebody said in the comments, and like you tagged me on the timeline, it's coming to PS4. Like, get the fuck out of here with that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm not touching this game. I'm good.
Yeah. Are you not sure about that?
Games, you know what I mean? So that's fine for him.
Yeah. All right. So that was the Xbox showcase. Like, once again, they put up an image, and let's see if I can put it on the screen real quick. They put up an image of all the games that they announced. Yeah. And when I look at the image, I don't know why people thought it was such a hot take. People try to fry me. My tweet went a little crazy. When I said I rated PlayStation Show a little higher than this. I'm putting on the image right now.
Once you see that image, you think about it. Yeah.
When you see that image, right? Outer Worlds 2, I don't care about Black Ops. I don't care about Ninja Gaiden. You already showed me. I'm already sold on the game. Tony Hawk, okay, another cool one. Grounded 2, whatever. Gears Reload, you already showed me that. Indiana Jones, DLC, who cares? Clockwork, cool. High on Life 2, if you're into it, whatever. The Keeper, Dawn Walker, A Plague's Tale. Like, when you look at this list like this, the 2 Final Fantasy games, like, This list sucks.
I mean,
this list is not that good, bro.
You said half that list was pretty good, so I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying, like, these are a lot of the shit that I was already interested in, whether it be the Ninja Gaiden 4. Like, the only games that really
just wanted
stood out to
something
me was Persona 4. Hear me out. Persona 4, I'm happy, very happy about. Beast of Reincarnation. The thing is, like, I'm not even like overly excited about it, but I'm interested. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Clockwork.
I'm excited about that one.
I guess
I like that one.
For me, I'm like, I already told you, I'm like 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10 hype. I feel like it's a game I need to play to really understand how great it will be. Like, outside of this list is not that good to me personally. I'm sorry to tell y'all that. That's just my personal opinion for my personal taste of games that I play. This list,
I would say I see about
4R,
it's like 5 announcements on here that I thought were good.
Were they all new, or is that including the new ones or old ones?
Not new games, no. So Ninja Gaiden is so
okay.
I did like
so
that.
Let's stick with the new ones.
That's the thing. We knew about a lot of them.
The new joints. How much is that?
If it's just new,
new reveals.
2, 3. It would be
3. How about you, Tony?
Persona 4, Mudang, and then Beast of Reincarnation. And Invincible was cool too.
Invincible, but I don't know if I'm gonna buy it. High on Life, I don't know if I'm gonna buy it. Outer Wilds, I don't know if I'm gonna buy it. And the Ninja Gaiden probably is all that. Oh, and the Pokemon developer game.
See, that's what I'm saying. There's like 4 joints on this shit that there's one that I'm super interested in. We're talking about straight new reveals. There's one that is like, yo, this is a day one, and that's at Persona 4.
I'm Persona 4.
That was like my day one. I'm like, oh my god, I need this type shit. Super Meat Ball. I'm only strictly talking about, Meat Boy. Sorry, it's a long night. Persona 4 Revival. That was 1. Super Meat Boy 3D. That's 2. Beast of Reincarnation. That's 3. And Mudang 2 Hearts. Those are like the 4 games that. You know that
brand new.
Yeah, that are new. The rest of them, I'm not really pressed over, to be honest. That's why I didn't understand why people were jumping on me. I don't think why people were jumping on me. I think Microsoft had a way better show last year, like 10 times better last year. That show last year was fantastic.
And I think the fact that a lot of the big games from last year were missing this year also like killed a lot of it for me too.
They had E-Day, bro. If they had E-Day here, my score would be 100% different.
So when are these
Fable
games
seemed like a lock to be here because they even showed.
When's Forza Fable Gears coming out? Because they said that's all coming next year.
They saying next year, yeah. So they're probably going to be at that direct they do at the beginning of the year.
Well, and Perfect Dark or Halo, one of those two as well.
Yeah, Perfect Dark. I actually liked what I saw from.
Next year is Xbox's 25th anniversary, so they're trying to make it special. So hopefully all the games make the targets as intended, you know.
Yeah.
I think people saying Halo C next year. I don't think it's too early for that. I don't think it's gonna make it. You don't think they could cook? You don't think they could cook it up? You don't think they could cook up a Halo remake of the first one? You think they can do that quick? They just started. They just rebranded and everything.
They're using Unreal, so maybe people will be familiar. The new people are coming in will be familiar. But yeah, it does seem kind of soon. It does seem kind of
very soon. The Unreal Engine room actually started years ago, so it could have just been like
maybe it's been in development right
then. But yeah, they could have been working on a CE remake for a while. But yeah, I remember hearing about Unreal Engine room Infinite.
Bro, if they manage to put out Halo Combat Evolved remake,
that's the 25th anniversary, right? Too.
Yeah, Gears E-Day, and a Forza Horizon and a Fable in 1 year, then Xbox got it, bro. They got it.
Perfect Dark has to be next year too, right?
They got it that year. If that's the year, if their lineup, if that truly is their lineup, and they actually meet the targets, they got it that year, bro. That's a good lineup of games.
Unless the games are ass.
Yeah, I heard a rumor about that Halo. I shared it with Strat. I don't know if it's true, but if that's true, that's spooky, bro.
I heard that guy can be sometimes like
accurate,
just saying crazy shit, crazy shit as well. Okay. So I don't know who to believe.
Okay, so we gotta wait. So we won't put it out there. Then we'll wait for proper confirmation because I heard a crazy rumor about that Halo that I don't want to.
I only heard that Halo CE was rated M for mature just because the blood bursted from the Covenant's chest. That's it.
Really?
Yeah, apparently that's the only reason. That one scene.
That one scene is the only reason why it made it mature. That's interesting.
That's what I read.
Okay. That's interesting. All right, yeah. So yeah, when you put this lineup against the PlayStation games that were shown, like 007, Pragmata, even though it's old, the Marvel Token, I feel like they just had more Neo 3. They had more games that aligned with my interest personally. You know what I mean? They had more games that aligned with my. That's why I rated PlayStation ones a little bit higher. I give Xbox a 6 out of 10. What would y'all give it?
I'll probably like it a 5.
Yeah, probably a 5.5, maybe. 5.
Damn, my score is even higher than y'all, bro. I gave it a 6. I give it a 6 out of 10, bro.
Well, your state of play was higher than
higher. Yeah, I gave the state of play a 7, and I gave the Summer Games Fest a 5 out of 10. So
yeah, to be honest, it really be coming down to how many of the announcements that really beat my score. To be honest,
yeah.
Like if it's like 5 announcements, 5 is. It depends on the show.
I mean, it's like the problem is they had so many things we already knew about.
Yeah.
I'm okay with showing things we already knew as long as it's like new.
That's what happens when you blow your load early, bro.
Blows, then I'm okay. I like that.
That's what happens when you show your hand really early. You know what I mean? Like we already know.
Unless they might have other things planned for the rest of the year. They have to.
Well, they usually get at Gamescom too, but I don't think they showed much last year because they showed so much at E3. Well,
whatchamacallit, Game Awards, I would say probably.
The Game Awards are always gonna have cool announcements. Low-key, the Game Awards is one of the better times that we have for game announcements outside of thing. They actually show some good stuff there, yo.
It'd be way better than the Summer's Games Fest.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
way
that
better. Yeah, Game Awards is always better than the Summer's Games Fest in terms of game reveals. It's definitely better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Those are all the showcases. We pretty much went through each one, talked about the games that we're interested in, and yeah, man. This year was light compared to last year. I think we got more heavy hitters announced last year versus this year, but it is what it is. I'm not mad at it. 2025 is still. I know Tony swears by it's not lit, but I think 2025 lit still, man. We got a lot of games to play this year. I don't know if you guys saw. It seems like
Greatness dropping soon.
It seems like Nintendo even revealed they stealth revealed a whole another game too for the Switch 2.
Splatoon.
Splatoon Raiders.
Yeah, Splatoon Raiders is coming out. It's a spin-off series. It seems like it's a single player. I don't think it's multiplayer. And it's
better be $20.
He said $20. You're right, 80. Nah. I think it'd probably be like 70.
I don't think it's even gonna have multiplayer either.
Yeah, I think it's that's why it's a spin-off. It's a single player focused adventure. So we're gonna see how it turns out.
Never have I ever wanted to learn more about the Splatoon world though.
We on our phone stars, you know what I mean?
Y'all phone stars? It's just gonna be you and Jay Barry playing that, bro. It's just gonna be you and Jay Barry.
Relax.
That shit died though, right?
Yeah, that shit's dead. I think.
Oh yeah,
that game was.
I don't think. Did they officially shut that down or no?
Did it? I think they did.
I think so. It's their last season, I think.
Yeah.
Bro, they was sending me the battle passes for free in my email, bro. Saying, make some videos. No, bro.
That's crazy. All right. With that being said, yo, we're gonna wrap it up here. It's late, yo. I'm tired, bro. My eyes are heavy. I've been sleepy for days, bro. I've been getting no sleep.
You better rest up before that concert.
Yeah, I need
to get him about to ask that Mario Kart. Do that to you, Kofi. You know what I mean?
Oh, please.
I'm so tired of this guy in Mario Kart.
He's not been good. That's the funny thing, yo. Yo, Strat, he's not been good. The funny thing is Tony's not been good.
I can't wait till
I'm not gonna do too much
no items. He's an item connoisseur, bro. If
the guy's not been
cries when he doesn't. Bro, earlier today he cried
Jamie,
3 times in a row. He couldn't get an item.
Jamie, tell me if I'm an item connoisseur, how come this guy can't be my time trial, bro? You know what I mean?
Oh my God,
to be your time trial, bro. Get out of here.
Tony's guys, chat. I promise you, Tony's not as good as he's popping off. One day I'm gonna stream that shit, and then we're gonna see. That nigga sucks, bro.
Turn for turn, he can't compete.
I got mad clips of him missing his turns, bro. Like just fucking up the turn, and I just pass him.
Imagine just hitting a wall, bro.
Facts, bro.
God.
All right, bro.
I know Bullet Bill Poppy not talking, bro.
We gonna wrap this shit up. We out here, bro. I'm fucking tired, bro. Yo, y'all have a great night, man. Hit the like button on your way out, man. And yo, You know, get this. You know, if you're watching, get this to 110. Let's get this to 110. The next podcast, likes, and I'm gonna do a little giveaway for you guys. Let's get.
I thought it was 100. You saying 110 now?
Yeah,
I was live. That was live.
That's crazy.
That was live. This is after the fact. Now. So after the fact,
y'all really got up.
110.
75 people watching, only 43 likes. What are y'all doing?
I know, bro. They so fucking lazy, bro.
That's crazy. You know
Hit the like button. If this gets 110, next podcast, I'm giving away 2 fucking.
This guy's trying to give you stuff for free, bro.
Look at that, bro.
You just gotta press a button.
I have to incentivize these boys. All right, man. We out of here. Y'all have a great.